how, it was interesting because about 7 months to 8 months in to my sobriety, because when I went sober for 10 years, I remember about 7, 10 months in, like all of a sudden, it was like a little cloud that disappeared, and I didn't even, you don't know what you don't know, right? You don't know what you don't know. So something is your reality, you just assume that that's just your reality, but you don't realize that um, you don't realize that that's even an option until it's no longer part of your reality, right? And so that's what happened. I had an epiphany where I was like, wow, I I, I had received such clarity, and I didn't even
Mm-hmm.
realize I was operating under a cloud. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
people, they're not able to rationalize quite clearly, or
Mm-hmm.
that so drugs and alcohol and even food, they put us in these states of false
And
reality where
sex.
we're walking around, really operating from a deficit, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Damn, I'm going deep. I feel like I just had smoked something, and I am clear and collect. I haven't got no drugs.
I can't hear you. What you say?
This is a weed conversation right here. This is something I can see myself saying hi on some shit. But anyway,
What? I can't hear what you're saying.
I'm deep with it real quick. I'm going there. I'm getting there though, but it's going deep. But okay, so look.
What?
Anyways, I was talking about the cloud. I was talking about the cloudiness. So the same thing
Okay.
happened. The same thing happened 7 or 10 months into my what do you call journey, when I had started eating plant-based whole
I
food.
can't hear you because it's like some noises in the background.
Yeah, I hear that too. It's still that static.
It's a static noise.
It's still static.
So
That's the static from earlier. Maybe I'll log off and I'll come back on. Let's see if that helps. Maybe I'll log off and come back. Is it gone or is it still there? Are we still hearing it?
it's yeah.
Is
So
it still
I
Not
hearing
don't
as
it?
loud.
know.
Let me
And it
log
may
off.
not necessarily be you, but it's somebody.
Is someone typing?
Ain't nobody doing that.
Yes.
I can hear some typing or
Nobody's
something.
typing.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's typing. I don't think
I don't
anybody.
hear it now.
I don't hear it now. I think it's gone. Did you do
Okay, go
something?
ahead.
Did you do something? Because I don't hear it anymore. Okay.
Me either.
So, anyways, talking about that cloud, right? I remember a very similar situation happening again once I adopted a whole food and plant-based
Hmm.
lifestyle, right? Well, all of a sudden, I got another huge, like, clarity breakthrough, right? So I say all of that to say, this is what's tying in Ginger too, and the whole detox program that that has been introduced to us um, by way of Rafina and all her breakthroughs. Praise God, hallelujah, because that's some serious breakthroughs. Her testimony is like, ooh, girl, you just don't know. I'm telling you, I'll be telling your testimony like I'm you. But anyway,
I think that is you, Noble South.
you think it is me? Okay, I'm gonna leave and
Because
I'm
it
gonna come back.
comes when you talk.
No, well, that happened when you were talking too. Anytime anyone talks. So
Okay.
with Candace. When Candace talked, it was really bad with Candace when she was
What
talking.
is that? Don't y'all hear it though?
I do hear it.
Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead.
It sounds like some kind of feedback. It sounds like some kind of feedback.
That's
Okay,
what I'm saying. Did you
I'm
hang
gonna
up your
leave and I'm
phone,
gonna come back.
Candace?
I'm gonna leave and come back. How do I come back? Do I come back with the original link, or do I? How would I?
Oh, it's a lot. It's a lot of feedback.
Okay, I'm gonna leave.
Somebody might have on their phone on this two devices at the same time.
Let me let me see. Because remember, I was on it at first. I was on it at first, and then I was on a different.
See, now it's gone. Okay, I sent it to her, Candace.
Okay.
So let's see. See, I don't hear it now that she's gone. I think she was on two devices. Yeah, I think she was on two devices at the same time. And so if you're on two devices, you'll get that feedback. Yeah. But I like do y'all agree with that with Rafina? I'm thinking you definitely gotta agree with that, but I'm liking what she's saying about, that which I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth for shame of devil. My sister and them told us this stuff like years ago about, the medicine and I was like, nobody want to hear that about they, the government and medicine they making money. No one want to hear all that. And well, I say, yeah, that's where I was for Frina some years ago. Like she gave me Queen of Fool years ago. I don't want to hear all that. Just take all the drugs that's killing us. Just take it, right? And so I truly agree with definitely what Nubuso is saying. Just learning basically that you got to be an advocate for your health.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, that's what it all boils down to. What she's saying, you have to be an advocate for your health because the doctor just going to give you medication. Like, just take this, go here about your business. We're going to deal with the symptom and not the issue. So just go ahead and take this, and we just going to try to reduce whatever you feeling, the nauseous, whatever it is. But they not going, really try to heal you. And so you have to be the advocate for your own health. So go ahead, Nubusa. I was just in agreement with you. I think we were on two devices.
Still hear it though. I heard it when you were talking. The feedback.
Mm.
I'm still hearing it. And I changed completely. I was on my phone, now I'm on my pad. But yeah, I was just saying basically that I think in a nutshell, because I can go on a tangent and to save from going on a tangent, in a nutshell, I was just saying that self-care practices and morning rituals and that kind of stuff needs to be prioritized. That's what I have learned from 2021. Because that makes all of the difference on so many levels, and it's levels, like it's deep, it goes so many levels, not just personal accomplishment, but you know self-love, of course, but clarity. That's what the whole thing started with, clarity. Like, I think that more often than not, that we are operating under like false realities and delusion, and it's all because of being in a world where we're inundated with a lot of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, right? So, but in addition to that, I'm not gonna, because I feel like I've been talking about that for a while. Um, in addition to that, inner child has been a theme for me this year. And I have come to the point where I realize that I have to resolve some things with my inner child, with my little Buso. Me and little Buso need to come to terms
Mm-hmm.
with releasing of some resentments, with healing of some deep rooted wounds, with just reconciliation. Me and my little myself, my young self. We need to come into terms of resolvement. And that's what I am going to be continuing on in this 2022 with big time. And that falls in line with the, morning practices and rituals and all of that. That's right along with it, Like I have to spend, and it's just constantly coming up. Like I'm constantly getting downloads that, oh, by the way, this is the inner child work. This is the inner child work, The pool, thanks to you, get me in that pool. The biggest epiphany I got from getting in that water was, oh, you feel safe here, right? You feel very safe here. This is your
Yes.
this is your this is your resemblance of the womb in this water. And this is why you love it. And
Mm-hmm.
the womb represented security. The weight is security.
Mm-hmm.
So what I have to do is heal. And as a result, I feel like I will gain just I can't even imagine what's on the other side of my healing. To say I can't even imagine what's on the other side of my healing, because it's so much. This breakdown in this relationship with my inner child is literally stifling me. So in my mind right now, I'm envisioning like literally hands around, not necessarily my neck, but just like like I feel like stifled. So I say all of that to say this work is real, and it's something that I have to commit to. Like it's imperative. It's imperative. There's no if, ands, or buts about it.
It's called Great Minds Think Alike.
Prioritized for me because it's dimming my light.
Hey,
the lack of resolvement is dimming my light, and I'm too bright of a motherfucking light. Excuse me, whole church lady, but I'm too bright of a light to be dimmed to this level that I have
That
been.
part.
I love y'all. Thank you for
look. Let me say this. Let me say this. I go by the whole church lady. That's who I am. But like I explained earlier, you all weren't knowing here. I was on the other one. That encompasses all of who I am, right? But that doesn't mean that you all have to. I'm not a person who,
I just came to visit her and Tracy was over here. So me and
So
I
we
think
getting
somebody
feedback.
needs to mute because somebody's in the background talking. I don't know if someone's in the background
Can
talking.
somebody mute they So saying that to say, no, if that's what you a curse word or two, I'm not gonna be, oh no, this is a platform that you can't curse. That's
I just say that to joke with you, girl. I already know here.
No, yeah. No, but I just wanted to say it to make people feel like, just because the whole thing say the whole Christian lady, like, oh, we got can't say this, can't say that. No, because I want to talk about some real stuff.
Is a running joke with us. That's how it came to existence. Is that's something that you've been saying for, so I like throwing it out there because I just, it's my way of banter with my girl.
Yeah, no, me and my girlfriend, we started that because she would call me and she'd be like, girl, where you at today? Where you at today? Are you the whole Christian lady today? Oh, girl, or you want to? I said, go ahead. I could take her off for stuff. Come on, what's right. So that's how I started. I was like, oh, Sean, that's terrible. So that's how it
You can
started.
switch her off for today. I'll
Boom,
switch her
boom,
off
boom.
in this
Yeah,
conversation.
okay, right. Let's go. Right. And stuff. So yeah, and then I told you about the situation where I had to put her on at the, at the place down here when I was getting gifts. So yeah, no bull. So, but go ahead. You finish.
Yeah. So yeah, those are like my main priorities, I think. And I'm so grateful for you know, spaces like these, safe spaces like these that have come about, that I have consistently been entering in since this pandemic, that have served as places that I'm able to things are being revealed to me, right? And
Mm-hmm.
as as an effect of opening doors in spaces like these, I just get constant confirmation. I'm always getting constantly confirmation that, oh no, this is, we all have intuitiveness, right? We all, and that's why they say a woman's intuition. That's a whole thing. So, and I feel like the same way when one or two are gathered for our Lord's name, right? It's magnified. I feel like when one or two are gathered for our healing in these spaces, it's the intuitive natures are magnified, and then we start attracting more of you know what what we open up as a result of opening up the doors to these discussions, and it's important. And I think I'm done. If I can think of anything else, those are what just are really pertinent for me and on the top of my priority list for 2022.
So I'm hearing inner child work. I'm hearing inner child work. Keep going. Keep going. I'm hearing how would I put that about society? Understanding that, we have to be an advocate for our health. That's what I'm hearing from what you're saying. Um,
Self-care,
self care.
self-care,
Oh, you did say that
self-care.
self care.
Self-care looks
Um,
like a routine, looks like inner child work, looks like mourning. Like I am not a routine person. I just had this conversation with a girlfriend earlier today. I am so far from structure. I got to work on some structured habitual stuff. And that's why I love Ginger's program too. Because as soon as I, heard her 10 steps, I was like, oh, this is what's going to get you into habitual habits, Buso. This is what's going to get you into start developing
mhm.
routines. Morning rituals and evening rituals are things that I've been trying to implement. Well, let me stop lying. I ain't been trying. I've been thinking it's a good idea.
Keep it
It's
real.
a
Keep
good
it,
idea.
keep
It's
it
a good
real.
idea. You should do that. You should do that, but never ever putting forth the effort. Yeah, no. So
Well,
yeah,
you know that because I told Rafik, well, I'm. What we said, we gonna start at the beginning of the year, which is tomorrow.
I'm gonna start on Monday.
That's
I'm gonna start
tomorrow.
on Monday.
But I just said that. Oh, I just said that, which is tomorrow. But what I hear is, I have to make a commitment to self.
That's it.
I have to make a commitment to self, no matter what it look like, no matter what I feel. I have to make a commitment to myself, meaning my self care. Like when we started off with our uh what we call it, our soul work,
Mhm.
that. And so in that time, nothing comes in that time. And I say that because I find, y'all
Can't hear you.
You are mute. You are mute, Shauna.
She ready to go to town, and I can't hear you.
We can feel the energy.
Hey.
Okay.
I thought we was gonna get off because we're trying to bring the news. Y'all so Do y'all
I
hear
well,
me?
we
Y'all
missed
so
it. What happened was all we saw was your excitement, but we didn't hear anything, so we missed it. It's not that we're not excited. We wanted. We got to go back.
because I was talking about commitment and stuff, but then it just dawned on me it's 12 o'clock, and I'm like, hey.
Oh, on the East Coast, East Coasters.
Oh,
New Year, Happy New Year, East
Happy New
Coasters.
Year.
You know what? You know what? I need to take a break. Y'all talk. Because I'm sitting here going, and it's 9 o'clock, and I'm thinking it's 12 o'clock over here. Oh my gosh, what is really going on? But you know what Shauna, calm down. Make a commitment to something, because what I was saying is, as we were doing our growth work, I remember us doing our soul work and the tapping and all the different things. But what I've come to understand is nothing should come in that time.
No.
Like we're really quick to be committed to go, no offense to anybody, to go to somebody's job and do their 8 hours, but we don't commit to ourselves. And so what I hear is I have to make a commitment to my self. And so that's why I was like, yeah, that sounds really good. Make a commitment to self. So that's what I'm hearing. Inner child work, keep going. I mean, from you, I heard inner child work and make a commitment to self and being an advocate for health. And I heard Candace say, keep going.
Keep it moving.
Keep
Yeah,
it
just
moving. Keep it moving. Yeah.
Mhm. My sister is on too. I want to introduce to everyone. Danette is on the line, so can't hear you.
Hello.
Hey, girl.
Oh,
Hey, girl.
You online?
Yeah.
Can I say hi? Hi, I'm her friend Felice from Belize. Uh,
Felice from Belize.
Listening to you guys. You guys are,
Feliz
oh my God,
Navidad.
you're making me laugh, and I'm enjoying that.
I
Oh,
I'm here
you.
and I just listen to some of the things you guys were just saying. I have a friend that really needs to listen to this, but she won't come outside in the garage. So can you go get Tracy?
Should I go get her? Okay, I'm gonna go get her.
Sister, I'm going to get Tracy.
Yeah.
did you call Tracy out?
We need
She sure
y'all
did.
need
She
y'all
said the
need to
music can
talk
hear
to Tracy.
Did you just, girl, I cannot with you right now. Did you just call Tracy?
called her out.
It's all
I
real.
I enjoy this format and it's really great because every woman needs it. No one thinks so because I do this by myself all day and I stress myself out putting everybody else's expectations and stuff on myself.
Right.
I'm real hard at that and I love hard and I be wanting everybody to be right, but everybody don't move like I move.
Right.
So everybody got their own time to learn things because it took me a time to learn something too. But you have to be around people who elevate you when you think you've came to your limit where you think you can't learn no more. There's
That's
no
right.
such thing. And sometimes we be feeling ourselves like, oh, I ain't got to hear that. But guess what? We do. We
That's
really do. People dying around here, people, and nobody know. I have people at my house right now that are not supposed to be here, but they got anxiety and they don't want to be at home alone.
Mm, mm, mm.
So they're here.
Well, I'm not going to be at home alone. I'm with you guys, so I'm enjoying myself.
Boom, boom,
Just
boom.
listening. Thank you, Jeanette,
Well,
for
explain your anxiety.
letting me listen. My anxiety.
Rafina's
Wow,
upset.
my anxiety is basically I'm the ninth child, and I've never been alone. And I'm an aunt for
Mm.
24 children. I'm a grand aunt for 54 children.
Mm.
And sometimes it gets, it's like everybody grows up. They're grown, and they have their own kids.
You missed the part.
I missed the part.
Her and her husband are not together anymore. So she's not used to
27 years, February 25th. And broke 2 months ago. So, it's kind of different. I have a dog, though. Lucky.
Well, let
And
me pose this question to you. What's your name?
my name is Felice.
Felice, you said that. So,
Yes,
Felice, let me
Felice.
pose this question. What we're talking about is what have you learned in 2021 that you're going to take into 2022? And what have you learned in 2021 that you're going to leave in 2021? And so what I did here was that you just came out of a marriage. and everything. And so, what is it that you've learned in that relationship or that situation that you can take forward into 2022 or leave in 2021? Because what I've learned is this: I can do a lot of pointing and blaming, and I'm not saying that's what you did, but it's some things that I learned that helped me grow from the experience that I've just had. What I said earlier was that my perspective determines my experience.
Mm.
So, so what is it that you've learned in 2021 that you're taking to 2022? And what is it that you've learned in 2021 that you're going to leave in 2021?
22.
If I want to leave, I'm going to start from what I want to leave.
Okay. Yeah. We want to leave it in 2021.
Yeah. What I want to leave is people around me.
And it's a safe space. So we
Yeah.
real.
We're
Yeah.
safe. We're safe here.
Yeah, you safe. This is a safe space. We
Good.
talk. Yeah. So if you feel that you want to, share, it's a safe space. Yeah.
What I want to leave back is dealing with being surrounded by people who are not in my corner
Mhm.
and build me up.
Mhm.
That's what I want to leave behind, including family, because I'm an aunt for a whole lot of them, including friends who you think are friends, just those things. And as far as myself, and business, I want to leave the fact that I put aside myself, business wise, to build my partner's business and put all my energy into that as well as my own. And I want to leave that behind, just giving myself all the time. I'm a giver. I give. Anybody calls police is there, and that's who I am for my friends, all the kids. And I'm the only one that doesn't have kids out of 9 children. My choice, chasing careers and things I've built. But in 22, I've always been an actress for a lot of years. And in 22, I am going to pursue my career to the best of my knowledge, because I've been for 30 something years. So that is my goal. That's where I'm going in 22. And I have my mother who's 93.
What a blessing.
Oh my God. She's gorgeous. She's my Elizabeth Taylor. Getting dressed and makeup from 5 o'clock in the morning. So when I get up and I step out of the bed in 22, I'm going to thank God and say, thank you for waking me up. And that's what I know I have to recognize every day. Sometimes I wake up and I don't say it, or maybe we don't say it. But this year, I promised myself when I wake up, I am going to thank God for putting my feet on the ground. And that's going to keep my strength up, I feel. I love my church. I love the choir. I love singing gospel and everything else. I'm a singer. I sing reggae. And I want to pursue all those things that I love to do in my business and have no one else as partners, just me. Don't need a partner. And I'm doing me this year. I'm pursuing all the things that I want to with no one else hanging on my coattail.
Right.
And that's where I'm going in 22. And I have some great friends like Tracy and Danette, and my girlfriend Joyce, my best friend, my dog.
So
and I'm just excited. I have a manager and I'm excited. So excited. Yes, I know how I want. Can't do this alone. Not in this career, not in this business. So I'm ready to go. And I want to thank you guys for even being here, just being here. She looks so relaxed in the white, just with the glasses on.
Oh, hi. Hey, thank you.
Hi. You look so relaxed. Thank you so much. Danette.
Okay.
So did
so
I answer you? I want to know, did I say anything you need to know
yes,
something?
but I wanted to say this. So you're saying to me, what I'm hearing is that you've learned to put you first. In
Yes,
2021, you've learned to put you first, and you're taking that over to 2022.
absolutely.
And you're leaving back in 2021, allowing yourself to be last, like how we always the last on the totem pole, or or the last of the list. Women, we're a lot like that. And so
Right.
I've heard you say, I've learned to put me first. That's what
Yes.
you're taking
Is
into
it Elise? Elise?
Felice.
Felice,
Felice.
like Felice.
Felice
Elise?
from Belize. I'm
You know
from
what I
Belize, by the
heard?
way.
We're talking. I heard Maxine Water in the background. I'm reclaiming my time. I'm reclaiming my time. Y'all remember Maxine Waters? That's all I heard when you were saying that. Girl,
I didn't
reclaim
hear
your
that.
time. It's your time.
It's
You
my turn.
reclaim that time.
What
And
do you
then
guys?
And
I
you don't
heard
and you don't ever we don't ever get time back.
No,
That is
it's
the most
gone. See,
yeah,
valuable
but
resource we have.
man, sometimes it takes a long time to realize that though.
mm-hmm.
I mean, I realize it now, but shit, excuse me.
Oh,
You
you
know,
fine.
you just keep going and just,
Yeah.
like the lady was saying, I got energy. I'm spontaneous. I don't like to do one thing over and over. I'm a Virgo.
Me too.
So you who's the Virgo?
Me. Yes,
Me.
yeah.
The one I pointed out. I pointed out you.
Okay,
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
I like to just be spontaneous.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So you're taking your creative self, and the reason I'm saying it over again, because I've learned that, and I should have probably asked the question differently, that I'm saying, what are you leaving in 2021? And I've learned that we always turn that into a positive. So I'm hearing you're saying that I'm taking into 2022 my creative energy, the actress that I am. I'm going to fulfill that dream of mine. Same.
Yes.
I'm an actress too, so I understand that.
Oh yeah, that feeling. It
Yeah,
follows you.
yeah. So
It
I'm going.
doesn't quit no matter what you do.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
Yeah,
It doesn't.
yeah,
So you're going to fulfill that dream in 2022.
yes,
Got you. Got you.
yes. How
I'm
about
writing
you?
that. Guess what? I'm getting ready
What?
to write that one down on mine too, because I didn't say that.
All right,
I didn't
all
say
right.
that. Thank you. That helped me. I didn't say that. And I didn't say that, I'm sure,
What?
because what I'm leaving in 2021 is fear. Fear.
Mm.
People know I
Man,
feel with mine.
Oh,
I'm
that's it.
leaving fear. The
yeah, I'm in
fear
fear too.
of rejection, the fear of you're not good enough, the fear of all that. I'm leaving the fear and I'm moving forward with no, I can. I
Yeah,
can and I will.
That's right.
I
wow.
can and I will. As long as I keep moving step by step, I can and I will. So thank you, Felice.
Oh man, thank you
Yes.
for just saying that.
Yeah, I can and I will. Because what I've found is sometimes we want to put everything in the bow and tie it up in the bow and make it look pretty, but we don't want people to see the
Yeah,
struggle, the pain,
exactly. And
everything we put
and
through.
especially actresses we are so perfectionist. It's unbelievable. That's something I really don't like.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
I really
So
don't like the perfectionist about me because, I would do something and I wouldn't watch it. I let my
yeah,
friends watch it and I probably watch it maybe a month later or 2 months later.
yeah, because
I
you
want
you
to enjoy, like when I do plays, I want to enjoy what I did. I don't want to see it. I just want to enjoy what I did in my brain. Yeah, it's amazing.
so that makes a lot of sense. I
That
really
does.
appreciate your sharing.
Does it?
Yeah.
I don't like to watch. I don't like to watch it like later on. Then I ask everybody, "How was it?"
What you say, Nabusa? I didn't hear the question.
Like,
I didn't
for
ask the question.
example,
Just
you
echo.
were saying like I would do a play where I'm so hard on myself. You know what I mean? It's like everything just have to be perfect when it comes to you know, I'm saying like when I do acting or do a play or something, you know, I never look at it. I never look back at it. I never look at it for a while. I let my friends look at it. It's like I like to enjoy just the fact that it was in my brain. I don't want to look at it and criticize myself. That's for being a perfectionist, you know, like a Virgo, like my girl up there.
I think that's just part of our nature. I really think that's just part of our nature. Who we are, just
is it?
I think it's just part of
it is. Okay. Yeah, it really is. So everything I do, it just have to be right, and it's good. You know, I don't even find that as a fault. I just got to place myself in the right position to make that work for me. You know,
right?
So it's not a fault at all. Because if I wasn't like that, I wouldn't be who I am. You know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna find that as it, but yeah. So hey, Miss Actress.
Thank you. Thank you, Miss Felice. I really enjoyed that. Thank you for the information and thank you for coming on.
Yes, and I want you to meet Tracy's coming on, okay?
No, because I don't know.
Happy New Year, girls. And thank you for being here. I'm so amazed. I didn't know this was going to happen tonight, but God sent. You know what I mean?
Thank you for contributing. We so appreciate your contribution. I think it was really pertinent. Everything you said was pertinent.
It was.
Everybody is just adding. Like it's like we're making a little a cake, and the layers, all the layers are coming together. It's about to be good.
I like it. I like this. Thank you. Blessings.
I'm so sorry for taking over their platform, but I really need you guys to talk to these ladies. And
you said what?
Some people don't get down into the root of it. They still on the surface, because what I heard was everything is on the surface. I'm not a surface person. I have to get deep rooted into it, because that's how we learn and we get better with each other by that way. You can't keep everything on the surface and expect the things to change, because they don't change.
Okay, so what you talking about? Who was that, Danette?
Yeah.
That's God. But you know what? That's society.
Yeah.
It's not just them. That's actually directly related to how society wants us to. Society doesn't want people to heal ultimately.
Right.
And they want things to be surface level, especially Western society.
Right.
Say that. Superficial, right? So we can't just say, oh, it's us. Like that goes back to what I was saying earlier about actually peeling back the layers. It's a process. It's
like that onion. You got to peel it back.
You have to be ready to be real.
That's right.
So guess what? When you peeling that onion back, you be crying.
Yeah. Yeah. And that and that work, that's the most difficult ass work there is.
Say it again. Say that again. Say that again.
That work, the process of peeling the layers is the most trying and the most difficult work there is. So it's easy to stay surface level, because who wants to do that one? It's like, oh, this is painful.
I'll tell you, for me, my name is Tracy.
Hey, Tracy.
And I'm Danette's friend. I always say I'm her sister, but I see the God sister up there. I see you, God sister. I've heard a lot about you, and peace and blessings to you all tonight. So look, if I learn one thing from your God sister, it's about being real.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I'm born and raised in
you going
raised.
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. No, a call was coming through. So I'm born and raised in Los Angeles, in old superficial Los Angeles. Can you do me a favor? Can you? Yeah. Okay. So I get the superficial, and it's like we don't want anybody to see us as damaged or broken or any of that. But one thing I've learned from your God sister is keep it real. And we've been friends for a how many? About 14 years. And she's hard on me. And I get mad at her and we be fussing and we will sit right here in this house until 4 or 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning, hashing stuff out. So anyway, moving forward, for me, I'm 61. I'm a 7 heart attack survivor. So yes. Don't, y'all stop with the face. You should see everybody's face. You see everybody. She said that's enough. I just had the last heart attack 7 months ago. My partner, I call my husband. He called me his wife. You know, common law, whatever you want to call it. That's what we called it. He died. And so after that, I got bronchitis. And then a week later, I had a heart attack. And my girl, Danette, was right here for me. She was on her way to pick me up that day. And I had my stepdaughter call her and say, tell her to reroute because I'm headed to the hospital in the ambulance. And she did. And my girls hung out in the parking lot until they knew I was, you know, set in the hospital. And I told them, go where we were planning on going anyway. And you know, they called me every hour. Danette and my girl Lisa brought me food and all that. I'm on the surface right now because I'm introducing myself. Danette, you know I'm getting ready to get to the real. So at the end of the day,
Danette, stop being the surface police back there.
Oh, wait, Danette, where you go? So I'm getting ready to get beyond the surface. Me a minute. So at the end of the day, I'm a walking miracle. I lost y'all. I'm a walking miracle, and I'm aware of that. I know I look tired tonight because I'm tired. But anyway, here's the real. He passed away, and there was a lot left behind for me to do. To take care of, selling things, get rid of things, because he was a bit of a hoarder, a whole lot of a hoarder. And the house was sold that we lived in. And so,
what that got to do with you?
Hold on. Shut up. This is my story. Let me tell my truth. Damn, let me tell my truth. Dang.
Control her in a minute.
Oh my God, people, be quiet. I didn't interrupt nobody. I stayed on everybody else's truth. So now, I'm not thinking about none of y'all. Anyway, so at the end of the day, I am no longer in the house. I am in an extended stay until I find a place. I know my flaws. I have no problem being honest with me about who I am and what my flaws are. I know that I tend to be my biggest flaws. I tend to procrastinate, but who doesn't? So I'm in a position where I am looking for a place, and I'm in a financial position that I can right now do this. I can be where I am and have the peace of mind of not staying with somebody else, or listening to somebody else's bull crap or kissing somebody else's butt. I am in my own space with my own self, me and Jesus. So I can do the work that I need to do to move on. Now, that's my truth. I'm focused on me. I know what my flaw is. I know that I drag my rear end sometimes. I know that I procrastinate. I'm honest about it. But I also know on the other end of it, I know who I am. I know that I'm a giving person. I know that I treat people the way that I want to be treated. I know what I do. I mean, I'm real about my shit. It's a difficult process because I was with somebody for 14 years. Whether the relationship was toxic or, it was good and it was bad and it was whatever. For whatever it was, we loved each other. And he died in my arms, and he's gone and he's not coming back. So I'm trying to move forward with my life, which is not easy.
So let me ask you this question, Tracy.
Mm-hmm.
So the question is, in 2021,
right?
What did you learn in 2021 that you're taking over into 2022? And what did you learn in 2021 that you're going to leave it in 2021?
So what I'm
Because
leaving into, I have to speak on what I'm leaving first. What I'm leaving in 2021, what I'm leaving in 21 is the toxicity, the pain, the hurt, all of those negative things, and what I am taking into from, like, at this point, what I've been doing, the work I've been doing while I've been for the last 3 weeks in this extended stay is remembering, not learning, but remembering my worth and my value.
and I was
I'm
getting ready to
remember,
ask how.
I'm remembering it like, oh, wait a minute, you're worthy, and you're deserving of the very best that God has for you. Because if I'm made in his image, then that makes me, and I'm a child of the Most High, child of the King. That means I'm a princess. It means that I'm royalty, and I
Hey,
have to treat myself this. So I'm
hey,
learning also, one of the biggest things is that I'm learning to focus on me, because, as you all know, when you are married, or when you're in a relationship, especially if it's a relationship where y'all are in the same household and there are children or not, you are so focused on that man and taking care of all of the business, taking care of him, taking care of all of his stuff and yours and whatever else comes with it, you lose some of yourself. So now I have an opportunity where I'm like, wow, I'm focused on me. I'm enjoying this time alone with me, because I realize I like my company, and I'm focusing on me, and I place things around me that make me. Last night I went to Trader Joe's, and I was like, oh, I love flowers. I bought myself an orchid. And I put it right in front of me, so when I'm laying in the bed, I can see that orchid. I got 2 candles lit, one next to it, one in the kitchen, one in the bathroom, whatever the case may be. I'm focusing on me and God and me. You know what I mean? And I'm looking to him for the answers. And I'm just learning how to. The most difficult thing for me is that, because I think about it and I really look back on my life, and it's like, Jesus, I haven't been alone. I can't remember, because I was married for 13 years, technically under the same roof, 16 years legally. I had 2 children, and then I was alone for about a year. And then I was introduced to the man that I was with that just passed away, and we were together 14 years. So when have I really been alone and been able to just be in touch with self? So it's hard. It's hard to get through this process. I have my moments. This is holiday time. This is the first holiday season that I've been alone in 14 years. It's like you don't know what to do with yourself. What am I do? And then I have my sisters around me, and it's like, and then I told Jeanette earlier tonight, it was just she and I here, and I said, you know what? We all going through something. I don't have no shame. We all going through something, no matter what it may be. We all got some.
So let me ask the question then. So
okay.
So because I'm a person, I like to share what I'm going through, but I like to take the gem out of what I'm going through.
Okay.
So what I just heard you say was that we're all going through something. So that means, because I understand that in life that everybody is going through something, whatever that is, then I don't have to be afraid of allowing my vulnerability to show.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yes, absolutely. But the funny thing is that, well, it's not funny, but the thing is, we don't always let that vulnerability show in front of everybody, because like in front of our girlfriends or something, it's like, you don't want them to know your business. So they can't judge you and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Right. So that's
because sometimes you
go ahead.
No, go ahead. It was because that was a question. I was like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. So that's why my question is, my question, and I keep going back to this question, right?
Okay.
And I
Okay.
keep going back to this question because, like I said, we have a bunch of experiences, and our perspective determines our experience, right?
Okay.
So our perspective is, I have to hide. I can't let people
Yeah.
know, and I get that.
Yes.
I don't
Yes.
want to be judged, right?
Yes.
So if I decide I'm going into 2022, and what I'm taking in there is my authentic self. I'm taking my authentic self. I'm taking my vulnerability. That's what I'm taking. Whoever can deal with it, they can deal with it. If they can't, they can't. So I'm
Right.
asking you, is that something that I'm hearing from you, that no, I'm gonna take my authentic self into 2022, whether, it doesn't matter what other people see or think or whatever.
Ooh. Okay. So that was really wow, because you really hit a nerve, because I'm a very private person, and I feel like I I tell what I want to tell. But the thing is, it seems like I want to share, and then I share, and then it's like y'all talking about me behind my back, so to speak. Y'all, I know y'all love me and all that, but it's like I feel like you judging me. I feel like I want to be my authentic self and say, okay, because I listen, I know that I've had people look at me a certain way. I get dressed, I put the face on, and I'm smiling, and I, I'm showing a certain thing, and they're like, people think, oh, you fabulous. Oh, you this and you that, and you're all that. But they don't know what goes on behind the smile. They don't know what goes on when you go home and wash the makeup off and pull your hair up and take the contacts out, and in that room, in that bed, all by yourself. Like now, I'm when I go back to that room, and climb up in that bed by myself, and I turn the TV on. I leave it on so I have noise. And what I do is I have my Bible on the bed because it comforts me, and I read it. But then I have my phone that I go to sleep.com. Pray.com, and I go to night, and then something always comes up for me, and I play that, and I let that take me to sleep, and I turn off the television. I'm in there with my thoughts alone. And I want to be original. I want to be, this is who I am. I want to be vulnerable. But damn, sometimes it's hard because you feel like folks are judging you. And I sometimes I'll say it out loud. I don't give a damn what anybody has to say about me. I'm living my life, and this is my life. But then the people that are closest to me will be like, well, I think this, and you know what, you shouldn't this, and you shouldn't that, and well, you know what, this and that. And then it makes you clam up and feel like, well, you know what, the best thing for me to do is keep my business to myself. And I'm only going to expose what I expose to you. That's what's hard. So help on that. SOS.
Okay. So
Mm.
what's SOS?
SOS means that means she's throwing out. Can you throw out? She's
Help. That's SOS. So how do I get
SOS.
past that?
Well,
I didn't know that.
I want you all to know Felice is here for her.
What? Let me just okay.
I know, I'm hearing you, but I'm here.
Okay.
I know you are, baby.
So what we're trying to stay on course is about what we're taking in 2022 and what we're leaving in 2021. But what I will say is that maybe Numbuso or Rafina or somebody else has some words of wisdom to share with you. But what I would encourage you,
Okay.
because people learn at their pace. But
Yes.
I would encourage you. I just put in the chat the Call to Courage, Brene Brown, that's on Netflix, to take a look at that. The Call to Courage, that's on Netflix. Like I said, the Call to Courage, and understanding that who you are is who you are, and you have to go on your own journey. This is your journey, nobody else's
Right.
journey. This is your journey. This is your journey. I don't care who tell you what, when, how. This is your journey. And people will tell you people will tell you should do this, you should do that, you should do that. Do not, as my coach says that I got from the Buso, do not let people should on you.
Okay. Oh, I like that.
Do not let people should on you.
I
You
have
should
to
do
keep
this.
that.
You should do that. You should do this. Because why you should be doing something, guess what? If they think about themselves, they should be doing something too if they want to take it that way.
Right.
Don't let people should on you. You're at your own level of growing and growth, and you're going to deal
That's
with
how I feel.
your journey. So that's the wisdom that I would have, to drop on you. But understand as you move into 2022 that you have to, not you have to, because that's a should. I would encourage you, as the book
Right.
says,
What
to
you
just,
do is you change should to could.
yeah,
Because when you hear could versus should, it
Right.
opens up possibility.
boom, boom,
When
boom.
you hear should, it cripples you.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
limiting. It's limiting.
Yeah.
But could is more.
And sometimes and sometimes I feel like I'm moving forward because I have always in my life been at a slower pace than maybe somebody else. I've done things a little bit slower. I get there and I accomplish and I'm successful, but I do it at a different pace because this is me. This is, you can't speak on my journey. This is my journey.
Right.
And my thing is I really want peace in my life. I want peace. I just want to be at peace. That's why I chose to do the extended stay thing. And I have peace. When I go in there ain't nobody judging me or telling me, oh, you don't got no, whatever it is. It is what it is. But I've been very secretive. Like y'all don't need to know where I am. I'm good. I'm private. But it doesn't mean that I'm not honest with my truth. But I have been private. I don't know. Maybe I'm contradicting myself because, oh, hi, oh, I'm good. Oh, okay, whatever. But I don't let people know where I am or because this is my journey. And I feel like I don't want anybody judging me. So as long as those people that are really close to me know I'm okay and safe and where I am and I'm good, and they understand that I'm doing my journey, that's all that matters to me. All the other folks, it's like, whatever. Because people are cruel. People can be very cruel and very judgmental, and they want to know. They're messy. They want to know. Like, oh, girl, how you doing? Oh, what's going? Girl, are you still over there? Are you still in the house? Are you? Oh, girl, are you okay? All that kind of stuff, and it makes me want to just scream. Oh, are you still in that house? I'm okay. I'm good. I'm fine. God has blessed me. Oh, what are you gonna like when he passed away? Oh my God, what's gonna happen to you? Oh my God, what are you gonna do? He's gone. As if didn't I have a life before him? Didn't I take care of myself before I ever thought about him? What are y'all talking about?
So you know what, Danette? You know what I'm hearing? I'm hearing that you have to start establishing boundaries.
Oh, okay. Say that.
As soon as those conversations come up, you need to have your go-to lines.
Oh,
and
Yes.
because they're triggers for you.
Mhm.
So
they
every
are.
time,
And the thing is, I'm not quick. I feel like I'm not quick-minded or quick-witted or whatever. Like some people have really good comebacks. I have to think about that shit first, and then later I'm like, oh, you know what? I should have said this or that. And I'm not trying to be ugly, but I need to have those lines.
I
You're right.
completely understand that because I'm the same way to a T. And
I feel like what?
I was raised when you were like, I'm slow. Hell yeah, I'm 45 and I'm, still.
I'd be like, damn, I should have. Damn, I have girlfriends that'll be like, girl, you should have said this, and no, this is what you should have said. And girl, and I even have a guy friend I was with today. He was like, oh no, this is what you should say. And I'm like, damn, how come you couldn't have been right next to me when I needed to say that shit?
Let me digress.
And I'm like, oh, that's good. I really should have said that.
Let me
But it's
digress.
just not me.
Let me digress
Let
for
me
a second.
finish my thought because I actually never got to finish.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So, when I say boundaries and having responses, Like there should be like standard responses when you know a conversation is going in a direction that is encroaching on your boundary. You have a tagline. Your tagline could be, you can. That's for you to think about. But when I'm hearing people, well, what are you gonna do, and what are you gonna, that kind of stuff. Well,
Yeah.
right now, I'm taking care of self. That's what I'm doing right now. Like for
And
instance,
that's what I say. I'm doing me. I'm taking care of me. I'm doing what I need to do.
and I would invite you to support me in my decisions versus,
Oh,
you understand? I would invite you to support me in my decisions
right.
versus
Judging me.
well,
Or
those words can people
I
get
know
by those
that's the
words,
problem.
but yeah, by inquiring I understand that you are inquiring as a friend, but by your inquiry is not supportive to my journey. You know what I mean?
Oh, yes.
You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
just responses that go ahead and nip it in the bud so the conversation does not go any further. And that's for
Right.
you to I mean that's just something I thought of, but you can think of on your own when you back at the hotel tomorrow. On the first day that start journaling too.
Mhm.
Start journaling.
Yes.
You need to get out a lot of this stuff
Yeah.
because what's happening is it's festering under your
Yeah.
surface.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yes,
So
I
when
do.
that's a release. And I'm saying this
Yeah.
to you.
When I take it, when I go to bed, yeah. When I go to bed at night and yeah, when I go get into bed and I doze off and then I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm thinking about this stuff and I'm carrying it, that's not healthy. Like you said, I need to resolve this crap. And I need to say that. It took me a long time.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was going to say it took me a long time to understand how to take up for myself because I was bullied a lot growing up. So I've learned how now to stand up for myself, and I do. And even Danette will be like, "Oh, excuse me, Missy," because I'm not having it anymore. I went through so much of that, yeah. So go ahead. I'm listening. I want to be on the listening end.
Just from experience, and I only speak from experience, but it may be time for you to do a beach visit. And I say that to say a lot
What
of
is
times
that?
I would just go to the beach by myself.
Oh, okay.
Whatever I would need to take, like a journal book, like Nabuso was saying, start journaling. I would take my book, my papers, whatever, and just release, surrender there. Have a water bottle to drink and a water bottle. And I'm putting all that stuff into that bottle so I could release it, throw it out into the ocean. I'm surrendering it because it's just too much for you to carry.
I love this.
Hindering you. It's hindering you, and it's like a distraction. So you got to let it go. And the only way you're going to let it go is if you release it. You got to do that for yourself. You got to be by yourself to really have that clarity that you need to just like have your way, Lord. Have your way. Have your way. And I'm getting emotional, as I said, but won't nobody understand, and it's okay. Because it's about you. For you to get over all of that. But you got to let it go. Stop carrying all that with you. And I'm going to say this. It's like, I'm going to use Juanita Bynum. Sheets that are wrapped around you. You got a layer.
I'm sorry.
So it's like, I always use that as an example. You got those layers of sheets wrapped around you. And unless you start releasing them by surrendering it, you're going to keep carrying them. You got to make a decision. Are you going to keep on carrying all those sheets wrapped around you, or are you going to like let them go? Surrender 'em.
I thought, I thought that I had surrendered. I surrender everything to God. I give it to God, but I guess maybe I really haven't completely given it up.
When you give it up, you gonna know.
Growing is layers and layers and layers. And yes, we may give up this part, but then we got to do it again, and then we got to do it again, and we got to do it again. And so that's fine. But my thing is that I'm very adamant about don't let people shoot on you, because people can tell you what they can tell you what to do, but they got some stuff that they need to deal with too.
Yes.
Focus on you. They don't have to focus on them. So
that's
part
of the reason why I did the Disappearing Act. That's part of the reason why I decided to go into the extended living, because that way I could be completely alone and do the work I needed to do. But I'm still getting these phone calls, and it's like, even with my best friend, and it's like, oh, I just, you just get to a point where it's hard because you don't want to be alone, and you feel like I need to talk to somebody or I'm gonna go crazy. But by the same token, you really need to be alone with you and God, so you can release all of the bullshit. Excuse my French, but
let's do this. Yes. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I want you to also.
You gotta have TV turn. You gotta not even answer the phone. Oh, sorry.
Say that again, Candace. I'm sorry, I was talking. Go ahead.
No, I was saying sometimes they used to say you gotta have TV turn off, or you just don't watch no TV. Sometimes you gotta just don't answer that phone call. What you up against. So make a decision. Am I gonna answer that? Or I might be up against for it and just stay in the space that I'm in, so you can deal with you.
Okay, can I have one more truth, and then I'm gonna give y'all one. Can I give you one more truth, and then I'm gonna leave it alone? I have one more truth that I haven't told.
Let me add to what Candace was saying about that beachfront. And Candace, that was perfect.
It was right
on point. That was right on. You hit it with that one, girl. Let me add though an extra thing when you write, because I think that was perfect what she said. When she said write down and release that stuff, right? Make sure you make a list of non-negotiables. You need that non-negotiable list, because if you have that, then that's setting those boundaries. That's setting those boundaries. And you can enter into a conversation with, okay, so I think I don't know if it was Shauna or somebody I called one day, and I was like, look, I'm not calling you for you to talk me out of anything. I just need you to listen to what I gotta say.
Oh, you didn't tell me that. You didn't tell me that, but that.
It was somebody else. But I started the conversation to let them know this is what I do not want. This is what I do not want from you. But what I do need is for you to hear me out. Right? I need you to hear what I had to. Sometimes I was watching somebody on Instagram or one of these things say, sometimes friends don't always need your opinion. Sometimes friends just want your ear. They don't that part. What you think? They just want to hear. They just want someone to hear them.
Can I just say something while we're alone, because they went in the house, and I just have one more truth. Okay, now here's my butt naked truth. Okay, so it's been 7 months since my person died, and of course I went through the lonelies and all of that. So somebody
this is being streamed, so just know that. This is being streamed.
What you mean?
This is recording. This is recording, and it will have access. Other people have access to this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, okay. So I know how to speak it anyway. So somebody.
I just wanted you to know that.
Thank you.
Knew that,
Thank you.
Other people.
Yeah. Someone from my past popped up, and like 30 years ago and what have you. And okay, so next thing I know, it's like, I guess. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. It's the charge thing. What do you listen to inside? Oh, okay. I guess. I don't know. I don't know how to tell.
Only have 15%.
Oh, I see it. Okay, I'm gonna shut up in a minute. Anyway, so this person walked back into my life after at a point where I was, you know, it was like one of the most difficult times in my life, and vulnerable, and I guess it was kind of almost like being rescued in a way. So I didn't have to. I had reached a point where I was beyond the tears, beyond all of that stuff, and I went through my guilts about, okay, it's too soon, you know, too soon to move on and what have you. Then I realized, well, wait a minute, this person is gone and not coming back. So what's too soon? Or what? But at the but where I'm at right now is like, I think I'm just tired. I've been through so much in this past year that I'm really not ready for nothing like that. You know what I mean? I'm not ready for a relationship, but I let myself kind of be rescued a little bit. You know what I mean? And now I'm kind of mad at myself because I don't think that I should have let myself be rescued.
Look, you shouldn't over yourself now. You shouldn't on yourself.
Yeah. And so I'm kind of mad at myself, like, whether it was real or not, whether it was, you know, real or not, and yeah, and an honest thing or not, I still feel like, yeah, I'm shitting on myself. Listen, y'all talking about being real. I just gave it to you real.
No, what we're actually talking about is we want to be real, but what we're actually talking about, we're trying to get to the question of what have you learned that is going to help you with everything that you're dealing with. What have you learned? And guess what? You may
So
not.
my learning is value self, take care of self, focus on self, and that's what I'm doing going into 2022.
And
It's
so
all, yes.
exactly. And so I'm believing that you've heard some gems that you can take with you, like the boundaries and
Yeah.
and you know, putting in stuff in the water and releasing it, some boundaries, some tools that you're going to take, which, you know, for me, I'm a Christian, you know, you're getting with God, you're being alone, and you're getting with God. And
Yes, I'm a Christian as well. So
yeah,
and see, that's my biggest thing is that I'm, you know, he's my everyday. He's my everything. He's my all in all. My, you know, look, all of that. So I can't live without him. And so I deal with him on a daily basis. And so, yeah, that's where I'm at. And so that beach thing, oh my God, that had to come from the Holy Spirit to me, from you to me. And so the thing is, I'm going to do that because I really haven't done that. And I keep saying I've released, but the truth is I realized tonight speaking to you ladies that I really haven't really released.
Allow yourself. It's a process. Don't beat yourself up. It's a process.
Right.
It's a process. You're fine. You're fine. Right where you at. You're fine. You're going to continue to grow. But allow yourself that and don't beat yourself up and don't feel like you gotta be somewhere else than where you are.
Oh, see, thank you for that. Because I feel like I'm 61 and I should not be in this position. I should be.
As Nabusco say, you're shooting on yourself again.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
So allow yourself, your process, forgive yourself. My coach always say, Shauna, forgive yourself for whatever you may feel that that the decision could have been a better decision or whatever. But I believe in we need to go through whatever we need to go to on our journey to get to our best selves.
Yes.
So that's just the bottom line. So I'm going to turn it over to Rafina.
I appreciate you ladies. I do. Thank you. God bless you all. Happy New Year.
The same.
Your name again?
I'm sorry. Tracy.
Yes, it was such a pleasure. I'm so grateful that you were
Me too.
So vulnerable with us today. And I'm gonna be praying for you. I really am.
Thank you,
Tracy, because it's a whole lot on the other side of your healing too.
Yeah.
It's a whole lot on the other side of that.
Ooh.
It's so much. And Candace, I'm gonna get your number so you can share a book with both Danette and Tracy and all the good ladies.
Oh, I would love that.
Yeah.
Hasn't well, it's been so long. She's my gosh, back in contact so long, but she's a part of my journey that I had about just that part of my life. She's the reason why I started writing, because she gets the whole other platform, which we'll get to that. But if it's for her, man, God using her, working through her, I don't think I would be right here right now. And I'll just leave it at that. And to stay continued to the next episode of
To be continued. TBD. TBD.
Yes, man. God,
She's back now. She's back now, God sister. I wanted her to hear what you were saying, that she's the reason that you started writing and things. Can you kind of do that?
Don't make me cry.
oh, please don't make me cry.
What did you say though? Because she didn't get a chance to really hear you.
No, I was just saying she was the reason why I started writing, because she knew, she knew my life in that time. She knew my life. She knew what I was going through. No matter how I tried to cover it up, she knew the real. She knew the depth of everything. And if it wasn't her, man, God. But God, as they say, but God.
But God.
But you know what's so crazy, sister? Let me tell you what's so crazy. I was just in the house, and I was telling the people in the house how no more sheets. And I promise you, when I walked out of to my garage, you was saying the same thing I just told them women in there.
Right.
That my foundation started from that time, that we really realized some stuff about ourselves.
Everybody,
And sometimes I remember Oprah said years ago, you might get it when you're 40, but I didn't get it when I was 40. You know what I'm saying? I'm just now I'm 51 years old, but I do have a little peace with myself. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I changed a lot of stuff about myself, but you fall back sometime, but I ain't never gonna fall back where we came from. Believe that.
Right, right.
Well, let's ask you the question, Danette. What did you learn in 2021 that you're taking in 2022, and what have you learned in 2021 that you're leaving in 2021?
The negativity that I'm leaving in 2021 is the fact, for one, I took life for granted. I took life for granted. I thought I was doing everything I was supposed to do. I was saving money. I'm working. I'm doing everything I do. March 13th hit. They was like, you can't work no more. I'm like, what? I can't work no more. So what am I supposed to do?
Mm-hmm.
And I stress myself out so much because everything is planned in my life. Everything I do, what time I get up in the morning, when I do things, and then it's gone. It left. I had a stroke March, April, May, June. 4 months later, I had a stroke. I go to the doctor. He telling me, you stressed out. You need to calm it down.
Mm-hmm.
I have to learn how to let things be and let God take its course, because I be so busy trying to control stuff. I can say SHIT.
Yes,
and I can't control everything. So what I'm leaving in 221 is that I can't control anything. I have to let go and let God handle it.
I like
And
that. I
That's
can't
good.
control anything. I like that one. Come on.
Because I be trying to control the dime, the penny, the people, the everything, the gas, everything. Everything got a time. So the good thing I'm going to take into it is that people treat you how you treat yourself. So if I keep allowing people I love hard. So I'm trying not to let everybody else's problems be my problems and just deal with me and focus on the things that give me peace. I can't worry about what everybody is doing because they bring it to me. And then once it comes to me, I make it seem like, okay, now you're my project. Guess what I'm getting ready to do? I'm getting to try to fix you. How the hell I'm going to fix you? I ain't fixing myself yet.
So what I hear you saying, I can't control anything. That's what you're learning. And you're learning to, I always say it this way, and this is just how I say it too. And I was saying it on the other one I was on. I'm learning to mind my business. Because if I mind my business, I stay out of your business because I got enough of my business to deal with. That if I deal with my business, I don't have time for your business.
We're yours. I feel you, but I wish it was easy for me because people brand me their business, and then when I give my opinion, they don't want to hear it.
No, but what I'm saying is this. What I'm hearing is, or let me say the way what I said, Shauna. If you learn to stay in your business, meaning that, okay, so you're doing YouTube, you're doing that, you're doing this, if you focus all of your energies into what you're doing, even when people bring you their business, you'll be like, you're gonna be there as much as you can. Oh, Oh, but you know what? I I'm gonna have to go because you got things that you got going on.
I do that. I would not answer my phone, and Tracy will call and tell me that she gonna call the police to check to see if something's wrong, because sometimes I just need to be by myself and I don't need to hear nobody else's stuff. And it bothers me because they say that I withhold my feelings, like I repress things that most people feel, and it's not that. I've been trying to understand why I'm like that. It's just something about me takes over to make sure that I don't get hurt, and I'm working on that. That's what I need to work on, because I'll be like, I don't care if I don't talk to you no more again. I'm good. They're like, how can you just be around a person and care and do all this, and then all of a sudden you just don't want to do it no more? I think that's my mechanism to make sure I'm okay. So I don't want to keep going into 2022 with that. I really don't.
Oh, so am I hearing that you're saying that? So going into 2022, you want to learn how to be more vulnerable, whereas too, you can allow.
Just saying that when you said that gave me excited. So I'm working on that. Yeah, you're right.
Well, I just put down here. I just put down here in the chat. I don't know if can y'all see the chat? I just put down here in the chat. It's Brene Brown. She's on she's on Netflix. Brene Brown, and it's called The Call to Courage. And she's saying that it takes courage to be vulnerable.
Right.
It takes courage to be vulnerable, like you said, keep it real, but it takes courage to sit here and say, like, I'm afraid, I want to be an actress, but I won't even audition because I'm fearful that I'm not good enough. It takes courage. That's being vulnerable. So Brene Brown talks about a lot of stuff about being vulnerable. So it's on Netflix if you want to watch it.
Brene Brown, I got it.
Brene Brown. So that's what you're taking in 2022. An openness to become more vulnerable, and
every time you say that word, it's just like, woo.
Well, let me say, the more I say, you'll get easier, and an openness.
God, it's like you're pushing an arrow in my heart.
Yeah. So I'm sure some things around that probably need to be addressed, and I'm sure could be addressed. And so that's something, that we all got things that could be addressed. That's just the bottom line. They could be addressed.
But I'm so crazy because I'm still boo-boo kid. I mean, I still care about everything. I just don't show it the way people think that I'm supposed to show it. And I can't believe that you would. I don't know. That's the biggest thing. And I get what you're saying. And when you said it's like piercing my heart, that's how I know I need so much work.
We all do. Trust that. We all do.
Yeah, I start sweating when she said, just be more vulnerable. I'm like, oh, yeah, just let them just get all in. I'm working on it.
And that's a beautiful thing, because I know I am too. So
that's our intuition, that piercing. We were talking about that earlier. I don't think you were on the phone. I was telling the ladies, we all have intuitive um uh, what do you call? We all have that woman's intuition, right? But
Right.
sometimes it can be even stronger or just way more powerful. And that's what that little nudge was that you just had when it was piercing. That
Yeah.
was your innate internal intuition saying, "Oh, that's exactly my work right there. That's
Right.
that's my work for 2022."
Mm,
Yes.
Boom.
That
vulnerability.
part.
Boom.
You
Oh,
got
that's
that.
good.
I got it.
That's right. And to release stuff and allow God to take control.
Yeah,
Hmm.
because girl, I can't be keeping business controlling everything because it's just become too much.
Or as my coach always say, are you at least willing? Are you at least willing to relinquish control, or are you willing to um just willing to try to be vulnerable? Are you
Yeah,
willing?
because I've come away to the point where I remember everybody's glass at first. Now I give everybody a full glass, and that's a start for me.
Hmm.
Mm.
Everybody starts at 100. However you deal with it after that is way different than me just not allowing you in at all. And I thought I
Hmm.
had learned something till the other day. I'm like, girl, you still ain't there.
It's always a journey. It's
It's
always a
what
journey.
my mama say. It's purpose. It's joy in the journey all the time. That's what it is. That's what it
What
is.
she say?
It's joy in the journey. You have to. The journey is real. As
Mm.
Iana would say, we have to do it, and I'm working on it. When they don't even think I'm working on it, I'm working on it.
Hey,
Cause
hey,
I,
hey, hey, hey.
cause I check myself before you even get a chance to do it. Like,
Hmm.
oh, girl, you know you wrong with that one.
Right there. That's me.
I'm
That's
checking
me.
myself like, girl, you know you need to change your thought process here. So it's gonna come together because I believe everything that I put down as short and long term goals, I always meet those goals. I'm just hard on myself when I get them, but I believe if I continue to do it and stop trying to control everything, then I think it's gonna come easier than I expected.
Hmm. Hmm. Take your hand off of it. Let
I
God do
second
what He
that
do.
for real.
Take your hand off and let God do what He do.
I don't even
It's
want you driving me in the car. I don't think you're gonna drive me right.
right. See? So we're gonna put it over to Rafina. And Rafina has just been taking everything in, and being so patient with us, and
She about to
just
go to sleep.
Yeah, she
excited.
looked like what you
I
say
Let's
the
forgot.
hurry up let's
what you
hurry up
say
and
the
give it
best
to
for
Rafina
last.
before.
And I forgot that she's on the East Coast. Forgive me, Rafina, but I kept on trying to pass it over
You
to
on the
her.
East Coast?
Oh, what am I talking about? Why I keep wanting to put you on the East Coast in Howard? Okay.
Apparently, intuitively, I think the universe is saying you need to go to the East Coast.
Who, me?
No, Rafina.
Oh, right, right.
Apparently, the universe trying to tell you to go to the East
Because I didn't put you on the East Coast. Girl,
Coast.
something waiting for you over there. So
Something.
anyway,
Oh,
well,
your husband might be
He
over there.
said, I'm real comfortable on my couch. I ain't thinking about going. It's cold enough in LA. I ain't going to no East Coast. It's snowing.
girl, I don't know. God might drop something in your spirit tonight. Say, girl. But anyway, so Rafina, we're gonna pass it to you. You've been extremely patient with us. So we're gonna pass it to you, and you know the question, I'm sure, because you didn't heard it about 3, 4, 5 times. So
I just
Danette,
been
can
taking
you
it in.
Danette,
Uh-huh.
can you unmute your phone, please?
I sure will thank
Go ahead.
Mm. Yeah, I just been taking it all in. It's been good to listen to and to hear and to hear myself and y'all, to hear some of
Mm-hmm.
the things that I'm struggling with or the things that I'm learning and to know that I'm not, alone or it's not I might even though I might feel isolated, you know, and some of the things that I experience is comforting, right? To
Mhm.
hear that I'm not the only person dealing with it, you know, in my little corner. So it's been good to listen to.
That's good.
And
That's good.
I love how they were like, let's get from the surface. Like, let's go deep. Fuck this,
Girl,
you know.
exactly. Right. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And
Danette
and
is the surface police.
Girl. Girl.
Danette is the straight surface police. She ain't playing. She ain't
Mm-mm.
playing.
she said we're gonna go scuba diving. So get your tank.
Right. Let's
We
do
ain't
this.
snorkeling, we scuba diving.
And me, I'm trying to say it all in a nice way, but she said it straight out. Like, look. But go ahead, Rafina. I'm gonna have to have her on. Tell them get straight out. You know. As you say, she was the police. The
surface police. That is the surface police.
The
She ain't
surface
playing
police.
around.
Oh no, you keeping it surface. You're keeping it surface.
Superficial. That's too superficial.
What you say? What you say? Superficial.
Superficial. I'm gonna need you to go deeper.
Look, so superficial. I need to take off my lash. It's coming off. Let me just take it off. I got one on. What you say? Superficial. Superficial. We need you to go. They said that's you. You the surface police. Oh my gosh, I needed that laugh. Go ahead, Rafina. I'm so sorry.
Wait, I'm sorry we hijacked your share, Rafina, but
I'm sorry, Rafina. I got one lash on. Hold on. Let's not be superficial. Let's just take both of them off.
I sure missed that joke.
Girl, you missed the joke, and the joke was all about you.
It
Do
was
it one more time. Do it one more time, Musa. Do it one more time.
Danette, you are officially the surface police of 2022.
Do it.
You're the surface police. That's too superficial. We're gonna need you to go deeper.
But can I ask you guys this? Was I lying?
Girl, no, but me, because I could be aggressive and people know me that way and stuff. So I'll try to say it in a roundabout way, like, well, what about some experience? Can you explain some experiences you may have? Girl, you straight at it. No, I need you to
because you know why? They don't understand that. That goes over their head.
Yeah, and that's the whole Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart get to clapping his hand when he's serious about something. I'm going this.
That's real.
Okay, but wait, we rude. We so rude. Rafina, go
sorry,
ahead. We
Rafina.
sorry. We
I
sorry,
know.
Rafina.
She looked like, did
No,
they just
it's
do that?
okay.
Okay,
No,
go ahead.
it's good.
You
It's
frozen.
good.
That's what it is. I think you frozen. That's what it is.
I'm frozen.
Yeah. You're
Am I?
frozen.
Can you hear me now?
No,
Am
we
I
can
moving?
hear you. It's just that you're frozen.
How do I fix that?
I don't know. It's probably just, now it moved. It moved now.
Well, we
Girl.
already come to the conclusion that surface don't help nothing.
Girl. I'm gonna have to have you on my whole thing. Come on, we're gonna get this for Rafina. I'm gonna have to have you on my page. So I mean on the live. So then when people getting superficial, I'm gonna need you.
But guess what? You know what? You right, because Tracy invited some friend's house of hers the other day, and we were sitting at the table, and she was like, "Yeah, I used to live in Malibu, and I did such and such." I sat there for a whole hour and listened to this woman talking about where she used to live, and we on Vernon and 8th Avenue. So I kind of said,
No,
so I
hold up.
kind
You
of,
do know. Hold up. You do know we're streaming live.
well, I told her, well, I don't understand why you keep saying where you used to live, but you live here now. So I'm trying to figure out the purpose of the conversation. I just didn't understand it. Oh, because in Palisades, I'm like, okay, but I know damn well we on Vernon and 8th Avenue in a poor place. So why are you want to front with me? Or front with people? We can't front with each other. We have to be real with each other. We have to be accountable and hold our sisters accountable for their things. Because if you're not my friend and you don't hold me accountable, I don't want to be around you. You're not gonna have me walking around this city looking stupid and saying things and I know ain't right.
But what I will say is this. Let me say this.
Because my little fat buddy right here, she calls me on my stuff all the time.
Let me say this, Danette, and this is what I've learned as I've gotten a little younger. Everybody is on their own journey, and so sometimes I have to move out of the way and allow people to be in the space that they're in, because they may not be where I think they should be.
Girl, didn't I say that earlier? That's my problem.
Yeah. But I said that earlier. I said that I can tell, yeah. So I can tell that, like, and I have that in me too, but I just learned that in 2021. That's what I learned, that you have to allow people their journey. And my daughter taught me that so well and everything.
Right.
And so I'm not saying that we don't be honest with our friends, but it's a balance. It's a balance. We have to learn when to say it, how to say it, and all of that, and still allow them their journey, because just like you got to where you got to, or I got to where I got to, or Rafina got where she got, or whatever, Nabuso, Candace, whoever, Felice, they'll get to their part when they get to that. And not saying that we shouldn't tell our friends, because we should, but we have to decide when
and
and
some
how.
people will never make it.
And we have to understand that too.
But I've learned
also what we have to consider too, though, Danette, and I would invite you to when the message is too direct. Look, this me trying to be all politically correct. But if the message come across too harsh, they're not gonna get it. They just gonna be on the harshness.
That's just like saying, if I told you something 5 times and you call me with the same thing over and over again, so either I'm accepted, because I'm gonna be honest with you from the beginning and say, you know what? I told Tracy last month in November, I said, you know what? This is not going to be good for us. I think I need to leave, because what you're expecting from me to do, I'm not going to be able to do. And it would be better for me to leave myself out of this situation, because what you looking from me, I can't give you. And she was like, oh, no, I want you to stay. Okay, because guess what? I'm going to give you just how I feel. Now, how I felt, I know how I was going to feel. So I'm letting you know, whether it's right or wrong, but I'm giving you the opportunity to let you know, like, I have a low tolerance for bullshit. Excuse my language. So if I know that you're going to come with me with that BS again, I'm going to call you on it. And wrong or right, one thing I'm not going to do, I'm not going to stop keeping it 100, because either you're going to take how I have to give it, or you just ain't going to mess with me. That's what makes me who I am. People call me all day because they want the real. If they don't want the real, they can call somebody else, because they can call people and they can sugarcoat it to them. Ain't nobody sugarcoating nothing to me.
Yeah.
That's what I'm working on. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm working on that.
Yeah. Yeah. You said that earlier.
Yeah, I'm working on it, but right now I ain't there yet. So as long as they in my circle and they gonna keep doing that BS, they gonna get what they get until I learn how to be better.
You don't need permission to be you. That's right.
Hold up. No. Y'all, come on now. We trying to learn to get better now. Come on now.
Get better.
Yeah, we getting better. We getting better in 2022.
I'm a black
We're gonna allow people their space to grow. That's what
I do. That's just like saying this. I'm gonna give you an example. I'm gonna give you an example. If I know you're a liar and I'm around you all the time, either I'm not gonna be around you, but if I know that you're lying,
I'm so sorry.
see 5 times. I said, you see me out here talking. So now when I say it like that, it sounds like I'm being rude, but I'm not.
And you were
You got it? Because you were being rude.
I was sitting behind you.
So if you lying, I accept you for it. So when you lie, no, you know, I'm not gonna call you on it because I've accepted that. That's all I'm saying. I will accept you for who you are long about it. I'm good. If you're gonna lie, if that's what you want to do, I'm fine with that. If I choose to be around a liar, that's my fault. But I'm not gonna change. Give it to me. Give it to me because I love it.
Wouldn't the Wuso say? You broke up.
I said, how can a liar be honest?
They don't give it to me.
Because she said, if you a liar, you lying as long as you honest about it. And I
No,
said,
I'm talking about honest to the point where I know you lying, because if I call you on your lie, you're going to say I'm not lying. So if I accept your lie, then that's my problem.
oh, okay.
Right.
I'm not going to call somebody that's like, girl, you know, she's a liar. So I'm just going to deal with it if that's what I choose to do. That's just with anything. Yeah, I do go hard on people. Some people deserve it because you can sit there and do small things with people. They don't understand that. If I was being nice to Tracy the whole time, she wouldn't be where she is. You just don't understand.
I get that.
Well,
because I see 2 sides to the story. See, people tell one side to the story. Only difference between the people that I deal with, her husband was my best friend. I met her through him.
Oh, wow. Tracy's husband?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was. So she's not the only person in mourning. I know that's her man, but that was my friend, my best friend. So I guess she wanted me to be a certain way and be like, oh, I do hurt from him passing away. But then I see you crying and you and another man and you doing all this kind of stuff. How am I supposed to accept that's real from you when it's deep? So you hear one side. I hurt too. So that's why she gets it like that, because you can't lie to me and tell me you cared about that man like that, because when it's too soon. Too soon is when you let a man come in the house that took care of you for 14 years and he took care of you and leave all this stuff and you giving it to the man and all that. I don't respect that. So I'm going to tell you that. And all that crying, I don't believe in that crying, because if you was crying like that, if you care like that, you wouldn't be doing it. So if I'm wrong, can somebody check me?
Yeah, what I'm saying is this, because you're saying that we're learning, and it's a process. It's a process. So let me say that this is your process. But what I told Tracy was this: you don't allow people to should on you. If that's her grieving process, that is her grieving process. Whether it's to stick her finger in her nose, to run around with another man. But that is her grieving process. Like your grieving process may be different. Like, you know,
I get that. That's why she here in my house.
Right. And so my thing is, I've learned to allow people to be in the space that they're in, even though from time to time I may say, you know, whatever I need to say to them at a certain point. But as Nubuso was saying, sometimes when you're saying stuff to people, especially in a time of when they're already going through something and they're down, they don't hear you. They don't hear you. It's like, because it's like, let me finish for a second.
Okay.
It's like pouring
salt in the wound.
salt in the wound, and it's like kicking somebody when they're down. So I've had to understand for myself that, Shauna, look, this is what they're going through. Try to be there for them through the process. When they come through it some, then you might be able to say da 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 da. But guess what? Everybody do stuff different. So you're different from me, right? So she may
Right.
need some of that, and then she may need some of me. But I would behoove you to see if you can do it to her, or when she's not as in that space. Because when you should on people and when you could, it's so damaging. It's so,
But
and I
but
know that.
I understand what you're saying. She has people that were around her. I
Right.
might not coming at the way people think I should, but my actions speak louder than any foul thing I might say out of my mouth, because she at my house right now.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
if I was showing any kind of disrespect and she thought I was doing her harm, she wouldn't be here,
Mm-hmm.
because I started to leave her alone. Hey, I need to spend time with you. She wants me to do that. I'm just not just doing it because she didn't have to come here.
No, but people go to where they, sometimes they don't want to be by
They go,
themselves.
say it again. They go to where they love that. Because at the end of the day, regardless of how foul I am, she know I got her back no matter what.
So, people want to go, it's all a learning process. That's just the bottom line. It's all a learning process. I'm learning, you learning, she learning. We
And,
all learning and we all growing and
and
stuff.
that's
And
my inner child telling you
yeah,
that, because I heard you guys talking about inner child when I first got on the
yeah.
phone. My inner child didn't get baby. My inner child got what I'm
So
giving.
come on. So get to the real of it, as you just
I'm
said.
just telling you, I already know. I
Yeah.
already know. My inner child, ain't nobody ever patted me on my back and told me, hey, baby, it's gonna be okay. You can do this. I learned the hard way. So I give what I give to her how it was given to me.
No,
I
but that's
turned
not
out
right.
okay, kind of, sort of.
No, but that's what I'm saying is this: we're older and we're growing. We're growing. Let's digress for a second. We're saying what are we learning in 21 that we're taking into 22, and maybe and as you said, you repeated this to me, and so maybe I need to back off because you already repeated this to me that you're learning this. But I will say this and
You
drop
can
the
say it over and over again. I'm
no, no,
good with it.
no.
I need to hear it.
No, I'm gonna say it and drop the mic because you're learning just like I'm learning, and I'm still learning a lot of things. But my thing is, just because it was given to you that way, don't mean that you need to give it to her that way. Because
That's
we
what I'm
all
working on.
egg boom, because you said that, so that's why I said I'm gonna say it and I'm gonna drop the mic because we want to get better. This is what this is all about. This whole platform is about getting better and growing and all of that. And so that's why we're here, to grow and get better and stuff. And so you're her friend. She trusts you. She knows you love her. But we're all
Right.
growing to get to another places where it's we can do better. And for me, that's what I'm learning, Shauna. Come from a place of light and love. Come from a place, and that means sometimes I have to filter me. I have to filter how my words come out because I want to come from a place of light and love. Because guess what? Even
Right.
though people will come around you, they come around you because that's what they know and they used to pain. We used to
Yeah,
pain. We
you're
used
right.
to
I said that too.
we used to being uncomfortable. That
I
ain't
call
nothing
myself that. You're
new.
so right.
Yeah.
You
So
just hit the nail on the top. You're so right. That is so true. So can I ask you this question?
yes, you can.
So when do tough love come in at?
This is when tough love comes in, Danette. Tough love comes in when God presents the time to you that they're saying something to you and you've taken, this is for me, and you're taking it to God and you've asked him, if it's meant for me to say something, let me say something. If it's not, let me keep my mouth shut. Because I
Girl,
have a
he on me
child.
all the time then. So he be sending me to do this.
Yeah. So, make sure it's him. Make sure it's him and not you.
Exactly. I'm
Make
just
sure
trying
it's
to
him.
break it up a little bit. I don't want you to think I'm joking, but I really get what you're saying. I
Yeah,
promise you. 'Cause
Make
So I
sure it's
told
him,
him
because we think that, oh, I need to say no. It's in the Bible, and it states that sometimes we need to just shut it down and be quiet and stuff and allow people their process, because they gonna get it, because the same God that covered you is gonna cover her. Trust that.
Wow.
Trust the same God that
Okay.
covered you gonna cover her. The same God that got you on your growth journey gonna have her on her growth journey. The same God that speak to you is the same God that's gonna speak to her and say, "Girl, you know what you wasn't doing nothing but lying and showing off and stuff. Why
Right.
you there, faking with the people?" The same God gonna do the same thing that He do to you, to me, to Nobuso, whoever, gonna do it to her. But you have to allow her journey, because sometimes we come with, I'm being real, and I'm not saying it was funny, and that's true. But I've learned,
Felice wants to tell you guys bye and thank you.
bye, Felice.
And guys, oh my
Bye,
God,
Felice.
this was unexpected for me tonight, but
Yes,
it
and it
was
was
right on
beautiful.
time,
Thank
and
you
it
for sharing.
really, I'm alone at home, and it really gave me strength to want to go home alone.
Oh, good.
So I want to
With
thank you guys,
yourself.
but
You're
I
going
really,
home with yourself, not alone. You're going home with yourself.
yeah,
You're going to be with yourself, not alone. Just with yourself.
yes, and I'm feeling more comfortable. This was amazing for me tonight because when things are not expected, it's just like God's work,
Yeah.
Yes.
and I
God
know
moved
it
me.
is. I know
Yes,
when He
it is.
placed me in certain places,
Mm,
so
mm,
Yep.
mm.
I feel it in my heart. So what I want to say is, I really want to talk to you guys again. So
Well,
I would love to join you guys again.
okay.
How many of us? I'm not like a private person,
Mhm.
so it's kind of like I see live flashing at me, so I'm getting nervous. No,
Good
but
Lord.
I just know that it's private because Danette is her family, so she made me feel comfortable. I really want to talk to you guys again and really, because we all need friends. I got so much
No,
family, but it's just
I'll
gonna feel weird sometimes.
you can well, I'm sure Danette has your information, and so what's going to happen is I'll be doing them probably like at least once a month, at least once a month, but it may be more than that, but at least once a month. And so if Danette sends me your information, I could just send you the link, or Danette could send you the link, and then you just click on from wherever you from, or whether you're home, whether you're at her house or whatever. And then, but we'll always have a topic. But I had to pray, Danette, and work on some things that I'm working on and release control, because I have a topic that I have, but God to take it other places. So you still have to allow, but we have to be in a time, like say it's 7 to 8:30 or whatever and stuff. And so
Right.
we go off. So I try to pull it back so we can stay where we are. But sometimes God will take the wheel and me move out the way.
Great.
Sometimes,
Well,
sometimes God takes the wheel and I need to move out the
So,
way. Give,
so
give her
basically, let's stay on topic.
when God takes that wheel, it's gonna land on me. So I'm
He
gonna
gonna
be
it's gonna
there
land
because
on
I'm not used to this and talking to people, and you guys make me feel really good tonight. So thank you all.
good. That
Thank you.
lets me
Okay.
feel good. Touch my
And bless
heart. Know
you.
I'm on the right path.
All right, Queen.
All right, Queen.
Bye,
See you
guys.
later. Happy New
I'm going
Year.
home safe.
Bye,
Happy New
Felice.
Year, and
Remember
I'm here
what
trying to get home safe, right? Yeah. Okay.
Remember what you're taking into
Okay.
2022, what you've learned. Remember that.
Well, you know what? I'm going to bed with that one. And
Okay.
my dog right in my arms.
Write it
Oh,
down.
that's
Write it
right.
down and paste it. Write
I'm
it down.
gonna write it down. I'm gonna write it down tomorrow before I go to bed or tomorrow morning when I wake up. I
All
promise you.
right. Okay.
Okay.
See you
I do.
soon. See you
See
soon.
you
Nice
soon.
to meet you. Okay, so we gotta get that Rafina do,
Beautiful
because
smile. Her body is always warm.
we just been so disrespectful to Rafina. I'm so sorry, because people do that to me and I be like, oh my God, I can't talk.
No, tonight I'm okay. I think I'm just really in a listening mode, a receptive mode. Um, yeah, and like I said, it's the same thing. Even the conversation we just had, about, people. Like, I know that I have to get moving forward. One of the many things that I've learned this year is that things really do happen in their own time. And I can have a vision and an expectation and an idea or a preference, or I could be motivated for things to be, and then try to explain to people, see, if you do it like this, like this right now, or at this time in this way, it's gonna happen like this, and then
Boom, boom, boom.
everything's gonna be perfect. And it be so clear in my mind. And then it don't happen that way. And that I suffer because of that. Emotionally, mentally, I suffer because of that. Whether it is because of things that aren't happening for me, or things that aren't happening with other people, and maybe they're not allowing XYZ, and then I'll be upset, or disappointed, or judgmental, because I be judgmental. I'm judgmental of myself, shit. So I'm judgmental of other people too, and but see, God has shown me this year. I had a beautiful illustration of this, and I'll tell y'all the story to kind of illustrate why I'm saying this. That things happen in God's time, right? So we know the big one is that I've had this anxiety about driving on the freeway since I was pregnant with my youngest son, who is now 10 years old. And 10 years later, I'm now driving on the freeway again. So that's the biggest one. Y'all know about that in the detox, and how that came about. And I'm still in awe and grateful to God for what's happening every day as that's happening. But I had a situation at the beginning of 2021, like the first 4 months, where my father and my brother were really going at it. They had a horrible relationship, really contentious, really negative, really. And me, because I go to therapy, I'm like, we just all need to go to group therapy. So now I'm talking to my brother, I'm talking to my dad, I'm talking to my mom. Mom, okay, look, what you need to do is you need to call the people. Okay, so I'll call the people. And then Mom, okay, you're the person who's supposed to bring everybody together, because this is my expectation that everything is going to happen the way that I think it should happen. So I'm like, Mom, you need to be the person go to therapy, and then you need to tell my brother this, and you need to tell my dad, and then we're going to go to therapy as a group, and then we're going to talk about this, and this, and then the result is going to be boom. And we talked about it for weeks. We worked on it. We got to family therapy. We had one session that was a fucking, excuse me in my language, but it was a shit show, excuse my language. And the second one, my brother didn't come. And sent a text message while 3 of us are sitting in the lobby, and basically said, I'm not coming to that. Y'all want to go to therapy, y'all can do that. And the reason I am the way that I am is because of my father. And I was like, what? This is crazy. Now this is like in March. So in my mind, my perspective is, if we all go to family therapy and work through some of our issues, then we'll have harmony in our family, and then we can move on to the bigger stuff. It didn't happen that way. And so I struggled with that all year. So then what? Okay, who am I? Okay, I gotta accept the fact that our family ain't gonna have the relationship that I think we should have. I gotta struggle with the fact that my brother isn't emotionally where I think he should be in order to honor his father. I gotta struggle. I'm struggling. And then we get to the end of then my father has to have surgery on his spine. And there, my brother and my father's relationship began to be mended in its own way, in its own time, in the middle of the year. Now I'm a part of it. Therapy ain't got nothing to do with it. And they work on their relationship, work on it to the point that when we have Christmas, my grandfather said, I want everybody to come together for Christmas, COVID or all. Omarion can be doing whatever he doing. I want everybody to come together. We're going to potluck, we're going to eat. And we were able to have for Christmas all of the children, all of the grandchildren, all of the great-grandchildren in one house, eating together, harmony, laughing, hugging, all of that. December. But in March is when I said, in my mind, I was like, we need to go to therapy. And when it didn't work, it pissed me off. And I was disappointed. And I had all this judgment and all of this about it. And it took the time it needed to take, and it happened the way it needed to happen in God's time. And it happened. And it's still gonna be struggles. It's still some shit today. You know what I'm saying? But the moment happened, and that showed me, Rafina, you need to accept that things happen the way that God says they're gonna happen, not the way that you see they have to happen. And that's like one example for a bunch of things in my life. So I think and it hurts. It's painful. It's disappointing. It's all when I feel like, oh, I'm ready. I'm ready for this to happen today. I'm ready, but it ain't gonna happen for 3 years.
What happened to the volume?
You muted yourself, Rafina. We can't hear you.
Rafina, we can't hear you. You muted us. Rafina, we can't hear you.
At some point, you press mute.
We still can't hear you.
We can't hear you.
We can't hear you.
We can't hear you.
You talking too. We can't hear you.
She get in it too.
Look, she like, hey, let me talk. Look, I'm getting mine in now. You like, they ain't let me talk all that time. I'm getting in.
Now we can't see her. We can't see her or hear her.
I think she went off. She'll come back on. And she was getting good. It was getting good too.
Right.
It was getting real good, right?
Here.
I need a blanket too. Look, y'all look. I need a blanket too. Look, I'm getting ready to go get me some apple cider, sparkling cider.
Right.
Let me get my gun. Took my lashes off. Look, I'm supposed to be cute and took my lashes off. Look, trying to have
really good. I'm so sad. Now she's off completely.
I know she's gonna come back on. She's gonna come back.
Hopefully she come back on.
I'm gonna take this as an opportunity to get me some apple cider vinegar. It's like I'm trying to have some control, as she said.
Looking and Danette keep going and getting wine, and I'm over here looking at her wine.
Okay.
Oh, that's what you
going? Okay, so look.
I'm gonna need a glass too, Danette.
It never gets down. It's not. I'm drinking eggnog.
Is it eggnog?
Oh, yes.
I thought it was wine. Okay, well, tears.
Because the other lady had wine.
Tears this season. Cheers.
Cheers. It says agree to perfection.
Okay. Okay.
I still have my sense.
And dollars too. Okay.
And dollars too. I know that's right.
There she is.
I love, you know what? Y'all don't know me, but guess what I love? Y'all call me on my stuff already. I love it. It's like a love fest going on around here. When I hear my name, they like Danette. Like, yep, she needs some help.
Danette, you are too funny. I just love you. Are too funny.
It's just you go. I hear you too.
We're so grateful for Candace and Danette. We are.
Yes.
We are so grateful.
Got me taking off my lashes and stuff.
But
Girl.
you know what? It's just a different perspective to how people see things. You know, it's like I joke about a lot of stuff, and I'm real. I carry a lot of people's pressure on my back. I do. So,
Yeah.
however I handle it, that's how I get through it. But I carry a lot of stuff.
You don't keep talking, they don't have to see you.
You know that's historical too, Danette. That's most,
Huh?
What's her
that's
number?
most Black women historically. That is like a generational
A
situation.
generational curse.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say curse.
Where Rafina go? She was there and then she went back off.
I don't know. I
I
didn't
didn't
see
see her
her
come
come.
back on.
Yeah, she was. Where'd she
She wasn't
go?
screen. She didn't come up on the screen.
Yeah, she was. Can you text her and tell her come back?
My phone died.
503.
Oh,
It's
No,
plug-
it's
it's
not.
charged up
What's the-
away.
503 8211
We go see if I can.
Wait, what? What's the area code?
323.
let
Okay.
me tell her to come.
508
323
There she is. There she is.
8211.
Can you?
Yeah, I can see you. There you are.
Okay, I couldn't see
Okay.
myself. I couldn't hear my.
Nothing dollars, not the buckets.
I
Not the
told
color.
Okay.
I call it.
Jeanette,
Where
mute
is
your
it?
phone for me, please. Mute your phone for me.
Okay.
please.
Okay.
So go ahead, Rafina.
Okay, so that's one thing I was saying that I was gonna take into 2022. One thing I'm gonna leave, one thing I'm gonna take with.
Yeah, but girl, you would get into some stuff. We need you to go back because we didn't hear it, and we could tell it was getting to the good stuff, and you went on mute. So if you can recall your last two minutes of conversation before
Because you was
went
in
on,
it. It was good.
we can tell
It was
good, but we
really
couldn't
good. And it's like, man, what was she
Oh, you
saying?
couldn't hear it because they was
No.
calling.
We couldn't hear you
No.
at all.
Oh, that's what happened. Somebody was calling. No, we couldn't hear.
Yeah,
You were like
they kept
in it.
calling. I was like, and the kids was calling to talk to my kids. Yeah, well, now the whole thing done changed. This is weird. So
That is true.
That's
It
me.
changed completely just now.
That's me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, it's just so I was just saying that I'm letting go. I'm leaving behind. I'm leaving the expectation that I need to know that things need to go the way that I think they need to go. Y'all got that part, right?
Yes, we got that
And
part.
I was giving the example of, the going family therapy and me saying we need to go to family therapy because therapy been working for me. And then my brother didn't want to go to therapy. So then I felt some kind of way. And then that was back in March. And then the middle of the year, like June, July, my dad had surgery on his spine. Did y'all hear me?
Yeah, we heard all of that. It was
Okay.
you had gotten to the point where Papa invited everybody, and it resolved itself in its own time. That's the
In
last.
its own time. And the family came
In
together.
God's time, not its own time. God's time is what you said.
That's what it is. I mean, honestly, that's what it is. And as a 40, now I'm 40 years old, I can say that because I have these years now. I feel like that's one of the blessings of being able to accumulate these years is we get that wisdom of like, oh, okay, it's gonna work out how it should.
You'll be fine.
It's gonna work out.
You'll be just fine. That somebody said on Facebook. Just know you're gonna be fine. That's it.
Yeah, because I've seen God resolve things at this point. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm taking forward. And I'm definitely leaving anxiety. I'm leaving that.
Yeah, I know that's right. I know
Boom.
that's right.
I'm gonna get on that train with you.
For real.
you know. So me and my friend Giovanni have coined it exquisite self-care.
I love
Mm.
And and the abundance work that we did at the beginning of 2021
Oh yeah.
really helped to set the foundation for me in 2021 to prioritize my self-care and not to feel no guilt about it, because it was connected. It was so connected to my life purpose and so
Ooh.
connected to my blessings that it was like, this, I'm doing this to be closer to God. Like, it's not about
Hey.
selfish, because this culture will shape it and be like, you're being selfish if you take time out for yourself. You're being selfish if no, baby, I'm not being selfish. This is what God, I'm starting my day with the Creator and listening. How do I get closer to you? You know, how do I walk this walk in alignment? And I can do that through exquisite self-care. So I'm maintaining that. I'm taking that to another level.
Right there.
And the fun thing about doing that is that I get to share it with other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Because even my parents came over the other day dropping my kids off, and my mama is like, "You got some juice?" I
Hey,
said,
That's right.
I
she's
know
like,
that's right, Mama.
right, what kind of juicer? Okay, a citrus juicer. Okay, show me how to do it. Like, my godmother's juicing, some of my sister friends are juicing. Exquisite self-care. That's the beauty. And I see the sisters who are leading spiritual journeys in circles. They always talk about how they're in this position of being at the center of the circle and bringing other sisters into the circle because they healed themselves first.
Mm-hmm. That
Oh,
part right there.
oh,
Right
that.
there.
Say that again. Say
That
that.
part right there.
Say that again.
I think you
I
said that one day.
I was saying, like Sister Angelique, you know, the one who does the Life Alchemy Goddess retreats. I went to a retreat to Tulum in June. Exquisite self-care, right? And she and some of the other facilitators at the retreat are their work, like what they do as their career, like they bread and butter, like their sustenance, like what pays their bills is they lead other women through healing.
That right there. Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I'm gonna have to be at one of those.
listen. And so I'm looking like, how you get into a lifestyle where you travel into multiple countries and islands and
Boom.
you're sitting in a god, facilitating a goddess circle with raw vegan food over here, right? And the ocean and how you get here with all these jewels and crystals and the incense and saging people down with the music and the meditation and the chakras and the beautiful picture. How you get this lifestyle? What? This is your job?
Boom.
And sis was like, I use these methods to heal myself from cancer, from depression, from my hysterectomy, from a divorce, from this. And I use the breathing techniques, the chakra work, the da-da-da-da-da to heal myself. And now I'm just facilitating circles for other sisters to heal themselves.
That's it.
Wow, amazing.
Facilitating circles for other sisters that heal themselves, and that's it. We have to heal ourselves so we can facilitate circles to help others heal. And I'm in agreement with that one. Truly, I am. Whichever way that looks for you, because everybody's path may be a little different. You know, the way they facilitate or how they heal. Yeah.
But like my coach says, since you always say that, Shauna, like my coach says, you don't have to be completely healed to be able to.
Oh, yeah, she does say that. She does.
To be a conduit for healing in others.
Well, let me say this. What I've figured out is this. What I've learned in 2021 is that
I was
nobody is. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
okay.
Finish. I'm sorry.
Because, and I say that because what I tend to do is say, oh well, you know, that whole imposter syndrome. Well, who do I think I am to want to think I could be, you know, anybody's coach or this or that or what you know, just be an example of somebody when I'm a hot mess, right? That's part of that negative self-talk, right? But nobody's perfect at the end of the day.
Right.
Nobody's. So, and there's beauty in there's called what is the people say sometimes a beautiful mess. You could be a beautiful
Yeah.
mess too. There is a such thing as a beautiful mess. I'm finished.
Well,
Well,
you facilitated Nambuso the trip to Sedona, that healing journey in 2021. You were
That
the organizer and facilitator of that.
see.
yes, and that came out of nowhere.
Mhm.
And
We
that
all facilitate certain things, you know, whether you know that's what you're doing at the time or not. Like the mere fact that you introduced me to Rachel. But I know what you're saying, Rafina, because I'm trying. That's where I want to go on the where they are, the alchemy or whatever, the people. But what I've come to understand in 2021 is that um that healing is ongoing. It's just always ongoing. It's just ongoing, ongoing, ongoing. You know, you as Rachel showed me the little step ladder or whatever. You know, you go up, then you come back down, then you know, and eventually you get that. Then now you're on to something else, you know, and everything. And so that's what I've learned, and I'm okay with that now as I move into 2022 because I know that because I think you said something like that, Rafina, like, you know, you're growing and then you something else happens and you may go backward, then you go back. As I'm growing, I expect that. And because I expect that, I know that Shauna, you don't have to constantly keep beating yourself up about it because all you doing, baby, is growing. Why are you beating yourself up for growing? As I was saying the other day, that you're judging yourself. That's why you're in a place of sadness and pain because you're judging your growth. You're judging the things that you're going through and the things that you're doing because you're telling you shouldn't be doing that. You should know better. You didn't did this already. You should would why you ain't got no why you not and when you said this, I'ma say it and let it go. When you said things happen in God's time, I swear it was like God jumped out of your mouth and into my body because I kid you not, Rafina. That's what it felt like God jumped out of your mouth and into my body. As she was saying, when I kept saying vulnerability, it was like God jumped out of your mouth and into my body because I kept on, oh, why my Facebook not taking off? Why my YouTube? And people telling me, you need to get on YouTube. You need to do this. You need to hurry up and do YouTube. You know, it happened in God's time. I'm on YouTube. It happened in God. And I kept trying to explain that to people because people were like, well, you can do this and you can do that and you can make money. And I said, but God didn't tell me to do that. That ain't what God told me to do. He told me to go on Motivational Mondays, do that, write a poem, whatever. And that's what he told me to do.
Right.
So God didn't tell me to do that. That's what you're telling me to do. But God didn't tell me to do that.
He told you write a poem, girl.
Yeah, that's what he told me. He said, you write a poem on Mondays, Motivational Mondays. You're going to write a poem and you're going to say what I tell you to say. And that's how Motivational Monday started off in 2017. As it started to go on longer, it progressed into something different. It metamorphosed into something different, more scripture and all of that, because he was growing me and stuff. And so people like, oh, you need to take your motivational money on YouTube. You need to do this. And me, I'm feeling some type of way about it. Yeah, like what's wrong? It happened in God's time. I met Rachel. I started doing some healing work. Started feeling like that I am good enough. I will. And then I had a conversation with God, and He said, go on YouTube. It happened in God's time. He knew the whole process. He knew that he was going to send Nubuso to me to go to Rachel. Rachel was going to help me. Well, I didn't know all that. I'm just in my feelings about why you not doing what you're supposed to do, right? Why you not on YouTube? Why you not doing this? Why you not doing it? Well, and then plus you got the people in your ear telling you that's what you need to do, right? Or that's what you should be doing. It happened in God's time. When I tell you, you said something, it's like God opened your mouth and said, I kid you not. That's what just happened to me. It came through the whole screen. You know how he be like, you know, Kevin, how he always dramatic and stuff. So it was like, and I was like, oh, I got it. Got it. Got it, Rafina. It happened in God's time.
In God's time. So many things. So
yes.
And that's the blessing and the grace of being able to turn 40. You know, it's like, you know, I can from this point in my life, I can see so many things that have just turned the corner. And I'm like, oh, is that how that was gonna go? Oh, look at that. You know, and it's amazing. It's amazing. But it's even more amazing in the reward, the satisfaction, the peace. Like Sis was saying, I just want to be at peace. When she said that, I felt that I was about to come off mute and scream. Like the way the things in my life leading up to 2020, 2021, I have just wanted peace in certain areas of my life. And to now be driving my car or laying in my bed and to think about a topic and feel no stress, no tension, no contention, no anger, no resentment, no nothing. It's just peace. But to know what I had to go through to get to here, because the thing is, and Buso knows, the years of battle and the things, and Buso, a lot of things Buso don't know, the nights of crying myself to sleep, waking myself up out of my sleep in tears, crying about certain situations in my life and praying for peace, praying for some resolution. And to be sitting now in 2021 at 40 years old and for something to come up and I don't feel nothing but peace in my heart about it, that's God. That's God. So because of that, I can believe that these other areas of my life, that I will also experience the same thing. Whether I get to have what I want or not have what I want and still experience peace.
That's why I just said your perspective determines your experience. It does. Because the way you see it now is different. It's your perspective. And so now the way that you will experience the things to come is different because you've detached from the outcome. You've detached from the outcome. Like, and I'm so glad you said that because I had to be reminded, Shauna, detach from the outcome. Because it's in God's things happen in God's time. I'm on a whole nother video doing this. Nubuso had to text me to say, is it still going on? And I'm feeling some type of way. But I had to realize this is the way that God had it to go. That's it. So, Candace,
you know, that reminds me of Oprah's story. Everybody knows Oprah's story about her wanting to be on The Color Purple so badly. and her I don't know if y'all know her, but she tells the story a lot. She wanted to be on The Color Purple so badly, and what happened? She released it. She released it to the universe, and she said, "You know what, God, uh, I release it." And what song did she? She said she was singing some song. I forget what song it was, but once she released it, fully like released it to, she didn't have. What did you say? She detached. She
Detached
detached
from
herself from
the
the outcome.
outcome.
That's when she got the phone call.
I
That's when she
surrender
got.
all. I don't know how it go, but I know she said, "I surrender all."
That's the song she sung. Yes, I surrender. I surrender. Something like that. That's how it goes. He said she just kept singing that song over and over and over again. Because I just heard her
I'm
tell
sure
the
I'll
story,
be singing.
and she said she kept singing that song over and over to the point where she could think about it and no longer hold all the emotional attachment she had to getting this role. And as soon as she released it, here come the people calling her for telling her she got the role, Spielberg or whoever. That just reminded me of that, because I feel like that's been a consistent theme on this conversation today, is things happening in God's time, and being able to release things, right?
Yeah.
Yes, because I'm a true believer in, like I did some today, that you have to release in order to receive. I truly believe in that, because I was just like, your affirmations sometimes they never. I'm like, that's because you need to release some stuff. You need to release all this negativity. You need to release the attachment and the energy to the past. You need to release that. You need to release that so you can allow stuff to come in.
Ooh wee! I just got a whole epiphany from that. Ooh, talking about from your mouth to what you say earlier, girl. That was
It
God.
went out your mouth and went right in your body. You like,
ooh wee! It was strong. It was a bolt
you
of
gotta do it like
lightning.
that.
It was a bolt of lightning, girl. It was like, look, I'm gonna be in shock.
I'm telling you, that's how I go.
Look, I'm shaking with it.
Y'all so silly. She said, mine just went like this. Yours was like that. Right? Hold up, tell us what was the epiphany before you forget.
Right. Oh yeah. There's something there.
There's something there. Don't forget, we can share on this, what's going on?
Wait, you know what? No, sis, it's not funny though. It's not funny, but it's look. Oh, this is going to the whole universe. Is everybody in the universe gonna be able to?
I don't know if it's. I don't think it's doing it for some reason. Look, girl, just go with it. I don't think it's doing it. I'm pushing record.
Well, at some point you gotta be. We talking about vulnerability. You gotta be vulnerable. But look, when you said that, immediately it hit me. Buso, I have to purge all this shit in my house, because we got so much shit. We are like mini hoarders, but not that bad, but we still hoard. My family, y'all been to my house and you see all the junk I have. Like, I just have junk, like tons of junk. And what hit me when you was like, sometimes you just got to release it to be able to receive. I need to release all of this, because all of this stuff is literally burdening me mentally, spiritually, and physically. It's manifest. So, and the stuff is literally a manifestation of my own the stuff is basically manifestation of my own emotional baggage that I still haven't released in my mind, if that makes sense.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes, I do.
It's so many layers to it. And so like going back to my intention for this 2022, that goes right in line with this. Like I have to do that work, because once I do that work, like it's gonna take off all of the bags that I'm carrying around, and easily it's going to as a result of that, as a result of the emotional baggage clarity or releasement, comes the releasement of all of this clutter that I'm surrounded with. Do you understand? And so that's what hit me with a bolt of lightning. Just
Look, the lightning just jumped off to you to her. She got oh my God.
Oh man.
It's true, because I have, this is what I've come to understand in 2022, what I'm taking in 2022.
Okay, real quick, before you say that, remember when we did that abundance work in the beginning of the year, y'all? You remember what you did? You cleared out all kinds of, you did like a spring cleaning in your house, remember?
Yeah. From Iyanla, yeah.
And remember how freeing that was? And look at what has manifested as a result of that. That
went in again.
Did.
It went in my mouth again. That again. I didn't even think about that. So what you mean? Look what manifested meaning the YouTube and girl.
Everything. And in your head, it was just about your space. And I believe at the time, if I'm not mistaken, at the time, you were comparing yourself to everybody else. Like, well, I don't know why I'm not getting my results. Or some shit like
exactly.
That.
That's why when Rafina said what she said, it went into me, because things happen in God's time, not in yours, Shauna, not in yours. But yeah, because I was just thinking to myself that what I've learned in 2021 is, and then I gotta check these, is that we always ask for abundance. I've noticed that, and this is for me. I'm God, I'm thanking you for abundance, but it hit me that no, you have abundance. When you sitting here with stuff all in your house, but you can give something to somebody else because you got all this stuff. You got shoes, you got clothes, you got 10 ring lights. Not that many, y'all, but still, you got like 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 ring lights. Then you just got a whole new gadget again. Then you got these speaker things. Like, you just got abundance of stuff, right? So no, you need to be specific when you're asking for what type of abundance you're asking for. So I'm like, if you need to ask for financial abundance, that's what you say. I thank you for financial abundance, because you can get abundance of stuff, right? So I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm taking that with me in 2022. Be specific about what you're asking for. And you hear people say that all the time, and what you're praying for and stuff. And you hear people say that all the time. But God dropped out in my spirit the other day to let me know that I need you to be specific, because you keep saying, God, I thank you for abundance. And yeah, that's what you get, more and more stuff. More and more stuff. You got another what's this thing here? Another what's this thing, Nabuso, we have? Another juicer.
Right.
They got double juicer. You know, went and bought 7 whole things. Well, all you probably needed it was no more than about 3. Got set. You know, like no. So I'm really going to be specific with my words and my intentions in 2022. My words and my intentions. When I was taking a shower this morning, I said my intentions for 2022 this. Boom, boom, boom. Yes, yes. So it would sure be good to hear from you and Candace, you and Danette. Are y'all moving with me?
Wait, was
Yeah.
Rafina, did
Oh,
you
were you finished? Yeah. Were
Rafina,
you
did you
finished?
finish?
Well, I went and got me some food.
That's what I'm doing. 'Cause I'm like, oh, I got these beans on, and I gotta. So you are we finished, or do people need something else to say, or
I
You
got
did
one
say
more.
you said what you was leaving, and you
I,
said what you're bringing with you.
I got
okay?
one more though. Um,
One more of which
this
one?
one is a big one.
Bringing with or leaving?
Well,
Is that pizza? That look good.
girl, the kids done put a $5 pizza in the oven,
Oh, that look
left
good.
it on the table. Um, I'm bringing with me that. So this year, um, me and my sons are gonna be traveling, and I'm
Yes,
speaking at distance. Hey,
That's a good
Candace,
one.
yes. That's what I
we're
said.
gonna be traveling. We're gonna be going to different places we starting with the Caribbean.
I know that's right. Woo! I gotta
With
go get
black
something on that.
people, like my godmama say, yes, whole Christian lady, yes. Like my godmama say, doom 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 doom. Right? My godmama say, black people, blue water. So we want to go to
Yeah.
places where black people and blue water.
Mm.
And just to start disconnecting a little bit, unplugging from this system, from being so reliant on this system. And so I'm taking with me the knowledge that I am their mother and their first teacher. And
Hey,
we do not need to be relying on any education system and I'm purposely pulling them out of this so that in going into real life situations so I can be reminded why they going to school anyway. So I'm looking forward to that in 2022 because we about to do in God's time with God's grace. Um, it's gonna get fun. It's about to get fun. And then one of the things that I'm leaving that has really taken a lot of my attention. And it's still the same thing, you know, with when it comes to trusting that things are gonna happen in God's time, is I have to get to the point where I am okay, where I can accept um if I if I'm going to meet my mate, my a companion, a life partner, somebody that to be in a beautiful relationship with, if it's going to happen, then I'm excited for it to happen. But if it's not gonna happen, I want to be able to accept the fact that it ain't gonna happen, or it's not gonna happen until it's God's time. So again, that's control that, and I have a lot of sadness about that, a lot of loneliness about that, a lot of disappointment about that. That's something that takes a lot of my mental energy. You know, I probably think about that probably 50% of my day, to be honest. You know, and I want to release that because I'm not manifesting
oh, am I?
it. Either I'm gonna manifest that mate and be present for that mate, or that mate ain't coming and I need to put my somewhere else. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
But
To what we're go ahead.
go ahead.
No, I was gonna say to what you were saying, piggyback real quick. You were saying travel. I so reached that. I had to go get my passport book. I said, you know what? Because I had lost the other one, and I had to go through a whole other process, which I couldn't do nothing else because my other one was, well, not lost, it was stolen. So I'm like, okay, but this one right here, this baby, all these pages is empty. They're gonna all be full.
Yes, ma'am.
That's where I'm at. That's where I am. Traveling is definitely number 2 on the list. Self-care,
Yes,
like
ma'am.
Nabuso was saying, how we have to, advocate for our own selves, for our health, and everything, all that, 1, and then 2, that traveling. Yes, because it's a whole world out there. And with the little that I have seen, it's like, you know what? This is what you're missing out on. This is what you're missing out on. So it's like, yeah, we can't just exist. We got to live.
No. I mean, it's a whole world out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And
It's
what I
so
find, you're not appreciated so much in the U.S. It's when you go to other countries that you're appreciated, you're respected, you're treated like the royalty. It's in the U.S. to me. So I'm all for it. You said you start with the Caribbean. I know that's right.
Yep.
That's right. That's what it's about. That's living. That's living.
Girl, you jumped up out your bed and went and got that passport.
Yes. I said, I hope I didn't lock it up. But I had to put it in the safe. I was like, I got to go get that because me and my god sister was just talking about that. I was like, girl, for 2022, we're traveling. And I got my passport book because I just got it. And so it's like I need to have a stamp, all these pages. That's the mission.
That's the thing. There's a number of people that I know who have had the best. They've gone on the least expensive, best trip all around some islands, countries, all throughout 2020 and 2021. So it's what we make it, honey.
Yes. And not conform to the system. Programmed to, how they want you to be, which just, that puts you in a whole nother mindset. But if we just take control of the mindset we need to have to get us to the other side with God, it's a da-da-da. It's a da-da-da. So I was just telling her, sister, we was just talking about traveling. I had to go get the passport on this one to tell her that all these pages, they got to get stamped. They're going to be stamped because it's about traveling. Yeah, it's definitely about traveling.
I agree.
So that's what I'm taking over into 2022. 2021 allowed me to do a lot of things, see a lot of things, but 2022, it's gonna be over the top.
That passport gonna be full. I can't wait to fill up my pages.
That's what I'm talking about.
I got a few of them, but I ain't got enough.
Right. For real.
That right
I
there.
enjoy you ladies, and I want to tell. I'm not trying to cut nobody off, but I didn't know it was gonna last this long, and I have people at my house, and I'm not being rude, but I let them in there cook and whatever because we supposed to be doing something. And me, I took them off their course.
Oh, we understand. It's no.
So I didn't want you to think, oh, she's just not listening. They're like, hey, I'm like, no, I'm still there. I keep coming in the garage so I don't want to be rude.
But thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming on. Are you saying you have to leave?
And this is my 3rd one.
Your third one.
I'm also I'm gonna get off in a few minutes.
Yeah, so we gotta go. That's what I was asking. If we gotta go, let's go and remember everything that we said we're taking into 2022 individually. And what I can say is it was so good because you all gave me other things that I can take into 2022 that I didn't think about, like traveling and about understanding that in God's timing, and everything happens in God's timing. and Nubuso with the definitely the boundaries again, setting the boundaries again, just stand on that and stuff. And Candace, just keep moving, just keep moving, and I'm not a person who do little stuff like that, so I'm gonna pray on it, but put something in the water and put it in the bottle, in the water bottle, and whatever. And I don't do something like that. I'm like, no, that's against God. I ain't doing that. But I don't know. I'm gonna have to go pray to Jesus and say, Jesus, is this gonna help me? If it's gonna help me, let me go ahead and put this in the bottle and pour it out.
What did you just say? What did you just say about perspective changes your experience?
So what I just said, I'm gonna take mine to Jesus. Yes, and so maybe he can say, yeah. And that's why I just said I don't do this, but my perspective is changing. So anyway, thank you all so much. I want to thank you ladies for coming on. I really appreciate your support. I really appreciate your honesty, your time, because you could have been doing something else. So I really appreciate that. I appreciate all of the love and all of the words of wisdom, the gems. Y'all gave me so many gems. Sometimes you think you're doing something in your mind, you're doing something to go out, I'm going to help and whatever, but you don't realize that you're the one that's going to wind up with the help. So you all gave me so much help. Y'all really did. Y'all gave me so much help. I really appreciate that. Yeah. So until next time, I'll send Candace the stuff for you, or you can give your number to Candace Danette and the other girl.
Okay.
So when I do another one, I'll have another topic, and then we can, because we've been on here for about almost 3 hours, so maybe we can get it.
I promise I'm gonna stay on topic.
No, God took it the way it was supposed to go. I believe in that. God took it the way it was supposed to go. That's it. I kept on trying, but God took it the way it was supposed to go. And it was true, because we all needed.
Guess what you did that I'm working on? You let the control go and let it go the way it was supposed to go.
Well, because at first I kept on, and I was like, no, you need to let it. You prayed on it. Let it go the way it's supposed to go. That's it.
That's a beautiful thing.
And that's what Rafina said. You didn't hear, but she said that about a whole situation with her family, and that's what she said. Things happen in God's time, because she kept trying to make it happen in March, but then God worked that thing out, and it happened in December.
Right.
So trying to relinquish control and let it happen when it's supposed to happen. So. And there we have it. So thank you all so much. Y'all got the last gems that y'all need to say, y'all can say them or whatever. But
I'm going to say this, ladies, I have enjoyed each and every one of you, and it has been such an honor and pleasure. I can't wait for the next time already in advance.
God bless you guys. God bless you all. Happy New Year.
Keep shining and keep it moving.
Keep it moving.
Thank you guys. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy 2022. Boom, 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 boom.
Write your stuff down. Write y'all stuff down so y'all can remember what y'all taking into 2022.
What y'all gonna do in 2022?
And write it down and post it up. Like, didn't she used to do that? But I do that. My post-its. And I put it up all around my house. People be coming in my house and read my business. I'd be like, what? I got posters everywhere. So write it down and post it, what you're taking in 2022. Yeah. Shut up. Who said that? Got them in a bathroom, got them in a room, got them in the kitchen. Write it down. All right. I see y'all. I love y'all. All right.
Okay. I like that. That reminds me, when I see your post-its, it reminds me, Ibuso, she's very consistent, basically. You're very consistent with your post-its. And that reminds me that, by the way, Buso, this is a great way for you to stay on target with your affirmations and your stuff. Is get you some post-its. I was just thinking that the other day, this morning.
And guess what? Nabuso, you can get different color ones, all that, them little like pretty colors. I'm gonna get me some. I used to have a lot of little sticky notes, but I'm gonna get me some and just post my little things everywhere, because that's what Shauna does. Yeah, definitely.
You remember Mary Jane? Did y'all ever watch
Happy New Year.
Bye. New Year, Rafina. I was doing it before she did it. Before that came out, I was doing it.
but that she
Mhm.
reminded me of you. When I saw Mary Jane, I was like, Shauna been doing that forever. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she did that on that movie. But okay, guys. Okay, wait. Before y'all leave, I'm gonna leave y'all with this because somebody sent me this my meditation uh uh what do you call lady from South Africa sent this, and I think this is so perfect. And this I think it's a poem. It brings together everything that we done talked about today. So, New Year's blessing. May you put down all that you've been carrying so
Come on.
responsibly and dutifully that is no longer yours to hold. May you trust that this is the time at last to discover who you really are and how you want to be. May you find your authentic voice
Mm.
as you deepen your trust in your own goodness and worth. Remember that you are not just your body or your mind. May you breathe more freely through all that is uncertain, softening, allowing, and compassionately trusting. May you know that you can bear the unbearable and that you can savor the beauty, the wonder, and the joy. May you listen deeply with loving kindness and with care as you embrace and befriend all the joys and the sorrows. Mist rising, dew falling. May you feel the strength of your tender vulnerability and the courage of your wholehearted embodied presence. May you remember what really matters as you trust that you are not alone, that we are all interconnected and part of nature. May you keep remembering that you are enough and that you belong. May you be honest, brave, fiercely compassionate, always connected, awake, open-hearted, and kind. And may you live and die with abundant generosity, moment by moment, breath by breath, at ease with the unfolding ebb and flow of it all. Mist rising, dew falling. Think that
That's
that was it.
beautiful.
That
Yes,
was it right
that's
there.
beautiful.
I
That
love
needs to be
that.
posted on the wall somewhere.
Yes, and it came through right as we was having our whole New Year's session today. I love
Wow.
this.
That's
Who
nice.
sent you that? Who sent you that? Can you send that to us? That's beautiful.
Right,
I
right.
will most definitely send it to you. I will most definitely send it to you. You know what? We should start a chat. We should start a
Oh, okay.
chat.
I put the chat right there. That's what I was asking y'all. Can y'all see the chat?
No.
No.
Didn't see
I'm
it.
talking about after this. We should everybody who is on the call. We need to have a text chat, a group chat
Oh, okay.
where
Okay.
we can keep in contact and be accountable. Same like me, you, and Rafina do.
You know you good with that, girl. Do our group. You know you good with that. Doing our groups.
Candace,
Yes.
send me your number. Send
What,
me
what am I
how you
send
gonna-
it to?
I know how you gonna send it if you
What am
don't
I
got mine.
sending?
Mine is
One
310.
second, sis. I'm gonna give Nabuso your number because she's gonna start like a chat group chat. So I'm gonna give her your number, and we'll probably in about 10 minutes. Okay, bye. What was I gonna say? So,
310. I was giving you mine. 310.
okay, 1 minute. Let me see. 2, 4. Let me see.
You know you good with that.
Are we still live?
Oh yeah, should I be giving my number out? Is this
That's
on
what
the
I'm like. Wait a minute, it just hit me.
I don't think this. I don't because I keep going on Facebook and I don't see it. Just
To be on the safe side.
well, if we
to
go
be
on,
on the safe side, why don't you just give her my number, Shauna?
so,
You
yeah, that's I was
Okay,
going to say.
just
and
forward it.
then vice versa. And then I'll text her Danette's number, and that way she can forward it to you.
Perfect.
Okay.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. And tell Danette to also send the Tracy and Sylvia. Is it Sylvia?
Felicia, or something like that.
Felice.
Felice
Felice.
number.
Feliz.
Like Feliz Navidad.
Like Feliz Navidad. That was perfect. Thank you for that. That was a good what do you call?
That's what I heard. Unless she,
that
because
was
I
a good
said it, but she, I said,
okay, whole Christian lady. We wrapping up.
yeah, because I'm supposed to be cooking for my grandchild.
That's right.
Y'all know I got grandbaby to be cooking for. Okay. Thank you so much again for all of the support. It happened the way that God knew it was supposed to happen in God's timing. And so I'll send y'all another link probably like once a month. You know, I don't want to overwhelm. I don't want to overwhelm you all. I think 2 times a month would be good. But you know, depending on people's schedule, you know what I'm saying?
I think 2 is good. Yeah, I think that's great. I mean, 1 is like to me that's kind of like a while of a wait, but I think 2 definitely would work because there's such a dire need for it.
It will work for you.
It will work for me too.
All right, well, let's do 2. We'll do 2. So we know today is the 1st, so we know January 13th we should be coming up on another one.
Okay.
And I'll have topics, and we'll try to stay on topic, or or allow God to do what He's supposed to do. That's it.
Right. Okay. So I just sent Danette a text for Felice and Tracy's number if it's okay, and then once I get that I'll forward it over to you, and then you can just forward everything over to Nabuso.
Are we gonna do it on Fridays?
What day is this?
Friday.
Why? That's not good.
I just think that it's not a good day. No, I think that's the day a lot of people want to unwind and stuff from their weeks of work. So it's likely that you won't have as much participation on a day like a Friday. So maybe like I would say like Thursday or a Tuesday or so. Days that aren't just like as
you don't
have to be competing with people's lives.
Right. I think Thursday will be a great day.
Well, we could take a vote or whatever, but I in my mind, the way I was thinking of it, I didn't even think about it that it was on a Friday, but I was like, I think this is good because it's like a girls' night, like people don't go out, so that's why I was like, bring your wine, bring your whatever, and all of that, and so it's like the night that you go out on Fridays, because people don't go out,
That's true.
so that's why I was like, oh, I think that'd be good because people don't, at times we don't go out no more, but bring your little wine, bring your little whatever, your popcorn and all that, and you got something to do on Friday night. But I'm open. We can take a vote, but I got to look at my schedule too. So I got to go with what works for my schedule or whatever. So we'll take a vote on it and then go from there. And then it works with my schedule because I'm open. My schedule is I move stuff around, but things get to happening because I think on Fridays that's my video day. I had just said that the other day. So let's see and go from there. So, but I'll let y'all know before next Friday. I'll send over some stuff before next Friday to see what day, if we'll do that Thursday or Friday in 2 weeks. So whether we'll do the 12th or the 13th. Does that make sense?
And just know that I'll be in Africa after on the 14th we leave. So I'll be 10 hours ahead of you guys. So I might not be participating as often in Africa because of the time difference.
What's the time in Africa?
Right now, it's
like the time that we come on at 7. What time is that in Africa?
Oh, that's like 5 a.m. in the morning.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And I'm not a morning person.
No. I was just trying to think if we could shift the time where it's to. I was just trying to see if we could shift the time where it's to. So we would have to do 10 in order for you to get on at 8. That's what you're saying.
10 p.m. to 10 p.m.
10
Yeah.
p.m. in order for you to get, yeah. Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
that's a little late.
Yeah. So normally when we communicate with family and friends in Africa, we call in the mornings. We call in the mornings because it's in the evenings out there.
Okay, I got it. Got it.
Or we'll call like now, like really late at night,
Mm.
like after 12 midnight.
Well, how long you gonna be in Africa?
5 weeks. So I get back in the end of February. I'll be back the end of
So you'll
February.
get you'll be able to do one of the ones, and then if we do it 2 weeks, then you'll miss one, or we'll do one and then just come back in February and then go for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'll miss two. I'll miss two because I'll be gone for 5 weeks, right? And you say you're gonna do it twice a month?
I said, but maybe what we can do, we'll see, put it up in the air because I'll send it out to other people. Do one for January, come back in February,
Mm.
and
Oh,
then
and start
after
the two.
February,
Start the
then
two
start the 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
When do you leave Nabucco?
On the 14th, 2 weeks from today.
Oh, okay. Okay. So we did it before you leave. That way you could participate. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But we might need to do that on the 10th because
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
the
With-
closer you get to her lip, ooh,
The-
she everywhere. So
Let's
Right.
like I'm gonna
yeah,
be
so we might need to do that
The
might need to
10th
do
will be
that
fine.
tomorrow on the
Yeah,
first.
before she goes, so that way, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. We're gonna have to do that before so she won't,
Mm-hmm.
you trying to go and then you
night,
trying
the
not.
night
That
before
ain't
we leave is going to be hectic.
That's a Monday,
Huh?
the 10th. Yeah, the 10th is a Monday. But I'm good. Yeah, just as long as I know.
Okay. So we'll see.
All right, ladies. All right.
All right. I'll talk to you. Happy
Stay safe,
New Year. I hope
everyone.
you ain't coming
Happy
back.
2022.
Happy
Right.
2020.
We got 15 minutes.
15. Oh yeah, before it's 12 o'clock. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll
Talk to you guys soon.
Okay, bye.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you
You're
so much
welcome.
for the support.
You're welcome. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.